Hi Aries, welcome to my channel. My name is Kem. Today, Aries, we're going to be looking at the energies for the month of March. So what I'm getting right away is a calmness, a stillness. Even here, yeah, we have stillness and diligence. Balance your energy. So tranquility, right? I think that the month of March is meant for you to be more in a home type vibe, like sitting at home and really reflecting on the energies that you feel within, right? So with balance your energy, I feel like there's been a lot of maybe chaos and just overexertion, like overworking. And I think that this month of March is meant for you to, I honestly think with balance your energy being right in the middle of the street, it's like you have to find a way to fix what isn't working for you. So if you're overworking, then you're that's not working for you. Do you get what I'm saying? Like there has to be a balance, right? And I think a lot of you are just overworking, and I'm getting that with diligence here. Like you feel there's some, again, it's probably work. That's what I'm getting. Or if not work, it's just something that like if you're a mom, then you're taking care of your kids, right? And you're just tired. And I think that you need time to balance out your energies. Like you need time for yourself. You need time to spend on yourself, right? Like doing something to self-care, right? I heard self-medicate. That's really bad. That's where we don't want to go, right? We don't want to have to self-medicate to get through, right? So we don't want to have to drink every single night or drink every morning to get through the day, right? Like that's not the energy we want to be in. So I feel like for a lot of you, this is a time to rest. And I think it's important because, the summer is going to be coming up sooner than we think. And the spring is starting in March. And I think it's a really important thing that like you probably didn't take any time in this winter to rest and reset and to recharge your energy, right? And especially, I think they want to bring out this balance. Like you have to balance out your energies. Like if you are someone who overworks, then you already know that you're overworking yourself. And that, like, again, what do you put most time in? Like, let's just say if I was to divide your week into work, right? What time is spent at work, what time is spent at resting, and what time is spent like having fun? What time is spent on self-care? What time is spent on meditation, maybe taking care of your mind, right? Like a lot of people don't take care of their mind in any way. Do you put any time for love, right? Loving yourself, loving others. Like what do you do with your time? If you're just saying that all you do is work and then sleep, then like obviously there's an imbalance. And I think that's where most Aries are coming. That's most of the energy I'm getting from this. So March, they really want you to just tone it down. Stop working. You can't stop working, but I think it's really a time to refocus your energy on yourself because you're giving too much energy to work and to other people. Maybe again, you have kids and a family and you're not putting enough time on yourself. And this is what they want you to do right now. They want you to, I think you guys wanted to hear like, oh, I'm going to be doing this, and that. I'm going to be going out. I want to do this. Like you have a lot of things that I feel like you want to do, and you're mad at the energy that like is telling you to stay still. But the reason that you have to be still right now is to recharge, right? Like you're not going to go into anything healthy, right? Like let's just say you want to go out a lot. You want to have a lot of time and like enjoyment with your friends. If your body is not well, like let's just say you're overworking and you're just not really doing a lot to take care of yourself, the body will kind of break down, right, when it needs rest. So I feel like before the summer starts, you want to be recharged. And that's what I'm getting with this reading, to recharge. And another thing that I'm getting for you guys is that some of you are being called to speak the truth. Like some of you guys have to say something that I feel like most people don't want to necessarily hear, but you have to do it. Like that's what I'm getting with this. Like there's something that needs to change in your life. Again, so this could be related to work, like you're overworking and you need to talk to your boss. This could just be in your house, like things are not fair, things are not just in the sense that you're doing most of the work. Like again, there has to be a call to what the truth is. And that's what I'm getting with the Secret of Camelot, the authority of spirit. If you have a certain responsibility, and I think, honestly, I feel like I'm speaking to someone who might be older, like the oldest child. That's what I'm getting with this reading, or, someone who understands the energy that I'm speaking about when I say like something is unjust or something isn't fair or something is imbalanced. And it's not fair, right, to let someone else go through the same cycle because you didn't have the I almost had like the balls to go speak to someone and tell them like, that's not right, you know, like you shouldn't do it that way, right? So it's like if you're someone who can change the way things are being run, then it kind of falls upon you. That's what I'm getting with the Secret of Camelot. It falls upon you to say something, and that's what I'm getting with this transition. I think that there's something that's supposed to happen, and you're supposed to be someone that stands up for it because it's right? And I don't think that means it's necessarily easy, but it's supposed to be, it's right. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not right, and it needs to be done. I'm getting a lot of air energy. I have 2 birds here, and then I have sword. So yeah, and then the violet is air energy and sword here. So there's so much air energy in this read. And I feel like, why is that? Because there's something that needs to be said, right? So whether it be to your boss, for some of you, I feel like this is just work, and this is like you needing to help change the way things are done and things are run, because if you don't change it, then other people are going to fall into the same cycle. Another thing I'm getting is like, if it's not there, it's at home, right? And there might be some sort of like authoritative figure that you need to like stand up to, right? And maybe it's yourself in the sense, right? Like that part of you that tells you like you have to work harder, you have to do more, right? Like I feel like for some of you it's like fighting yourself. For some of you it's like a parent figure. For some of you it's someone who I feel needs to get told what is true. And it's also to help someone else. I keep getting like to help a future generation. So I'm kind of getting a home environment where it's like, you don't want your kids to suffer something, or you don't want your siblings to suffer something, so you have to be the one to say something. That's why I keep getting like an older sibling vibe, or an older, there's someone here that you're supposed to stand up to, and that's what I'm getting with this. It's like, it's imperative that you stand up to them, but the only way that you will be able to have enough energy to do that is if you yourself are recharged. And with balance your energy, I feel like you're supposed to put balance to a situation that's like unfair and it's unjust, and like everyone in the house or everyone in work is tired of feeling the injustice of this person. I'm getting like a very authoritative figure, and you're supposed to stand up to them. And I feel like you might think like you're powerless against this person, but you're not, because I have justice here, right? I have justice here. And I feel like you're meant to bring that justice. Like you see things for what they really are, and you're meant to help others out in whatever situation this is. And I feel like it's going to be successful. Like the burden is going to be put away, whatever this is. So for some of you, I think it's just overworking, and like the burden of overworking has to stop. For others of you, it's someone who tells you, again, I feel like it could be yourself. Telling yourself that you need to work harder, telling yourself that you need to do more, and you have to like stand up to that part of yourself that doesn't let you have a break. And for others of you, if it's not work or it's not that, it's like you're supposed to stand up to someone who is unjust in a family dynamic and speak out for those who, honestly, I hear who don't have a voice. But you see the truth. That's what I'm getting. And you see how we have like 2 people clashing here? Like 2 people are facing each other and like opposing one another, kind of. I feel like you might feel like you're the page, because the page, yeah, the page you feel, is not as big as the knight. The knight has the horse, you're on your feet. Do you know what I'm saying? And you're like looking away because I feel like you're a little bit scared. But what I'm getting with this is like, this is something you're supposed to do. And with the birds here, I feel like Spirit is really trying to encourage you to do this, because I don't know why I'm getting this, but it's like you're the only one. You're being put in that position of power because you're the only one who sees it for what it really is, or the person that's in authority is only going to listen to you. So let's say, like, again, if it's at work and you're like you have a high position at work, you're supposed to say something. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I keep getting this strongly. Like, one of you does not get this. Like, you're going to put away a lot of stress and anxiety for people in the workplace once you stand up for what's actually just. Same thing if it's like a family dynamic, you don't want others in future generations to suffer. Like, you're supposed to sort of put an end to something. That's why I keep getting. And even if it's just to yourself that you need to explain to, that, I kind of get this like Gollum vibe where it's like you versus yourself. You have to tell that part of yourself that you are supposed to have these dreams and you're supposed to have this, you know, there's a life that you want that you're not living, and you have to go against that part of yourself that seems like a tyrant and wants you to do, you know, well, I have to make this type of money and you have to be this, and that's the only way that you're going to be successful, if you make this type of money and if you live this type of life, and that's not how you feel anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? There's a part of you that I think is like going against that, and I think you might be opposing yourself in some type of way, but I think that that's because you're bringing balance to yourself. Right? Like you have to bring balance to yourself. And what does that mean? Bring balance. Bring balance is like nothing is too much to the right or too much to the left. There's an equal give and take. So like I'll work 10 hours today, let's say, but you know, tomorrow I'm not going to work 10 hours because that would be like unfair to my mental health. You know what I mean? I can't be sitting down for 10 hours. So tomorrow I'll go to the gym and work a little bit less. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that's the energy that needs to be here. There has to be some sort of balance. So Aries, that's what I'm getting for this month of March. You're meant to bring some sort of balance either to your life, especially to your own health and well-being, but also I feel like there is a transition going on for some of you guys in a family or work dynamic or just yourself, and it's a change that you need to make, and you know that you need to make it. And what I'm getting with this is like, the last thing I'm getting is like, this sword energy is very harsh, right? It's very harsh. It's very like, it seems very cutthroat, and it seems very harsh, and it seems very, like there's no budging. That's what I'm getting. I feel like your life, you feel there's no movement, and there's this like harsh energy. And what I'm getting with the energy on the top is that is an energy that's moving out of your life. You're going into a more peaceful time. You're going into, again, we have the tranquility here, and we have the stillness, and it's again, it's very beautiful. We have a lot of purple too, so crown chakra energy, and a lot of white. It symbolizes new beginnings. So I definitely feel like there's a new beginning for you, Aries. And it could just be in the way that you work, right? In the way that you work for yourself, the way that you think. I think, again, with all this sword energy, maybe it's just the way you think, the way you talk to yourself, right? This could be so many different ways for everybody, but the energy here is like this harsh energy is going away, and they want to move it into something more peaceful and tranquil for you in your life. And I think March is going to be a stepping stone for a new way of living your life, right? And that new way of living your life is in balance and treating yourself right. And again, if there's people that you need to stand up for or, you know, help, then that is something that you're being given the responsibility to do. That's for some of you, like not for all of you, but for a lot of you with the Secret of Camelot, there's something that, again, you're meant to help others with, and you're being called to be that person, right? So Aries, I love you guys. I hope that this helps, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hi Taurus, welcome to my channel. My name is Kem. Today we're going to be looking at the energy for you guys in March. So right away, Taurus, right in the middle of the read, you have Leap of Fortune. So I feel like there's some very positive energy. It feels like bursting through. You also have a volcano here with potential. So that's what the energy feels like. Someone who's been stagnant, someone who's been dormant for such a long time. I feel like you're about to just erupt, and I think there's a lot of things they want to tell you. So like the first thing that I feel like they really want to tell you is that there's a full moon on March 18th, and with the full moon temple, it says celebration, peak, transcendent moment. They really want you to, and you have an 18 here. The full moon is going to be very significant for you, Taurus, because they want you to actually do something on the full moon. So I don't know if you guys are used to working with full moon energy, but they want you to basically in this month of March, and surrounding the full moon, like before and after, depending on when you see this read, they just want you to celebrate. Like the month of March for you should be a celebration of how far you've come. That's literally like the main thing that they want you to know, that you've come such a long way. And if you don't realize that now, that, you know, what was the point of all the work that you've been doing if not to realize how far you've come? Like that is the most important thing that they want you to know, Taurus, that you've come such a long way. And I feel like a lot of it has to do with healing, right? And getting into inner peace. You guys have really come a long way. And if you can't recognize that in yourself, you have to. Like they don't want you to pass one more second in March knowing that you did not accomplish such a great feat in your life by healing and finding some sort of inner peace within. So I feel, Taurus, they really just want you to spend March celebrating yourself, honoring yourself, looking at all the work that you've done and seeing how far you've come. Like that's what I keep getting. You've come so far, Taurus, in healing, in grounding yourself, in finding inner peace. You've been on this journey and now it's time to celebrate because yes, you have come this far. I think you don't give yourself enough credit. I feel someone here who's very critical of themselves and they really want you to see that you've come such a long way from where you were. I don't know how long ago you want to look back, but I'm getting look back 2 months, look back 2 years, and you're going to see that you've come so freaking far. And like, again, the work is never necessarily done. And I feel like that's you coming into this read saying, well, I have this much more to do. And no, it's stepping stones, Taurus. It's stones. It's like stepping stones. It's not, life doesn't work like that. Like where we go from 0 to 100, no, it does not work like that. We goes from 0 to 1 to 2 to 3. Do you know what I'm saying? And wherever you are right now is exactly where you're meant to be. I feel like there's a rushing of you. Again, like 0 to 100 is supposed to go this way. No, it's exactly how it should be. You've come very, very far. And they really want you to celebrate yourself, but I'm also getting with this full moon, they want you to do something on this full moon. So whether it be like go out, have a party in your room, like look in the mirror and be like, yo, I did that, like I did that. I did all that work. Or I am in a place now where I'm proud of myself. And again, this critical energy that you have needs to stop, because I keep hearing someone saying like, well, I have so much more to go. Yes, you do. Like we all do, but you have come so far. It's time to celebrate that energy of where you are right now. That's what I'm getting, Taurus. Like, I don't care like who you are and like where you are at. And it's more of like, you should be celebrating yourself at this time. You should be celebrating wherever you are and how far you've come. That's like the first thing. I see this volcano here with potential. I feel like you're about to erupt. I feel like there's this energy within you that is about to literally, it's like once this month of March passes, I feel like there's so much energy building up inside of you, like new ideas and new ways of looking at things and things like projects that you might want to take, you might want to work on something, or, you're getting like this idea, this passion, right? You have, like Taurus, you have the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords. Like those are two aces from the divine. That's what I'm saying. Like the divine is so tapped into your energy right now, especially here with the feather. There's a feather here with stimulation, the chili, number 18. Again, I think they just really are trying to invigorate you with this like breath of life, right? And it's not even a breath, because I feel like a lot of fire energy. So it's more of like, I don't know, it's more like throwing this like energy into you, like fire energy. Again, with this potential and this volcano, with this eruption. It's like a volcano is still a volcano, even though it might be dormant for a long time. That doesn't necessarily mean that at any moment it will not erupt. And I feel like that's what's about to happen for you guys. You're about to become invigorated with such a, I think it's like, it could be an idea or it's just something that you want to do. And I feel like with the leap of fortune here with the frog is literally telling you like, you have to, once this idea comes to you or once this energy comes into you, you have to really take advantage of the energy, right? Because that energy that you have, like you've been going through, I feel like this cycle of inner peace and healing for such a long time, but this is a 10, right? So you've completed the journey in such a way where it's kind of time to get out of this healing and inner peace and all this. Again, it's like a great accomplishment to have done all this work, but now it's time to do something with all that energy. And that's what this leap is. This leap is you trusting that you've gone as far as you needed to go at this moment in time. Yes, healing never ends, and you know, we're always going to be striving to find inner peace. You know, sometimes we might get imbalanced, but that's not your issue right now. It's not even an issue. Your job right now is to celebrate yourself, party, you know, like have fun, and to see where that leads you. Because there's an idea here that's gonna kind of come to you, and you're gonna be so happy that it did. And then the last thing that they want you to know is like to not be afraid. To not be afraid to take the leap, right? To not feel anxious about, you know, this. Again, I'm getting like it's a sudden idea. It's a sudden, maybe you've been thinking about it a long time, but like the pieces of the puzzle come together. Right? But again, I feel like this only happens when you celebrate yourself and how far you've come. Like you have to realize that you've come very far. That's what I keep getting. You've come so far, and now it's time for your life to kind of take this, I feel like this rubber band that's getting stretch, and then all of a sudden it's just gonna like boom, like it's gonna, like you're gonna amaze people by the work that you're about to do. And it's not time to rest. Like Taurus, March is not a time for you to rest. It's not a time for you to be still. It's a time for you to literally go. And I keep getting with like the star, the Ace of Swords. You have so much major arcana out here. Like March is going to be a major month for you, Taurus, because it's the month where it's a sudden idea or something that you've been thinking of, but like you don't know necessarily how to put it all together. Maybe it's just, again, you haven't had that like invigoration of energy, right, to do it, because I feel like, again, you have to celebrate yourself. And once you do that, I feel like all this energy comes towards you, right? It's like if you say thank you and you say like, wow, thank you so much. Like I've come so far. I'm so grateful for myself. I'm so grateful for where I am. I feel like the energy comes back to you like tenfold. And then that's where this energy of like this potential and the stimulation comes from. And you're not going to be able to rest any longer because you're going to have such an energy to get something done. And I feel like with the star, it's going to really, it's not only about helping people, because this is Aquarius energy, so you might have Aquarius in your chart, but it's not only about helping others. Like I feel like this might like help a lot of people, whatever your idea is, but it's like helping yourself as well and doing something that's really true to your heart. Taurus, this energy is crazy. Another thing they're saying about the full moon is like to create a space in your home where you feel safe, to make sure like that place that you call safe, or that place in your, you know, in your house that they want your room to be very home. Like that's where you can always go. And that makes a lot of sense for Taurus, right? Taurus is Venusian energy, and Venus energy is about aesthetics and like how things look and how things, I feel like that how things look have a lot to do with Taurus and Libra, and like how things look have a lot to do with how it feels, right? So, you know, some people won't necessarily appreciate, you know, a beautiful room or a beautiful area, but Taurus, you will, right? So they're telling you to make your room a very special place, or some place in your house very special, and that could be the place where you go to seek, you know, that peace, that inner peace that you worked on so hard, that you can always go back to that place, because the month of March is going to be full of this inspiration and this energy. Again, the volcano is going to erupt. I think it's like dormant right now, but I think once this full moon hits, then the volcano literally is going to like erupt, and the energy within you is going to be too hard to contain, where, you know, if you ever need that healing and inner peace, that's what that sanctuary that you create is going to be for. But you're meant to do something really big, Taurus. Your idea is meant to come to life. Let's just say like you want to start your own business. Let's just say you want to, you know, get you know, whatever it is, like you want to take an online course and learn about, I don't know, calligraphy. I'm getting that so random, but like, let's just say like that's what you're passionate about. Like that's what you want to do. You want to, I don't know, like create your own font and do your own, like it can be anything, Taurus, literally anything. But that's what you're passionate about. That's what you want to do. Like you want to go travel I just got Arizona. Like you want to travel to Arizona, go travel to Arizona. Like whatever it is that your idea is, they're telling you like you don't necessarily have to have such a great plan for it. You just have to go do it. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's going to lead you so far. And an important thing is like not to be scared, because, or not to think like, oh, I have a really bad plan, or like where is this going to even lead to? Because that's not the point. The point is that you're doing something that you're passionate about, and spirit is going to help you get to where you need to go. And yes, there might be a mistake in the way, but that's what you need to learn from. Like, a mistake is only made for you to learn from it so that your plan can get better and better and better. So a lot of people see, and it's interesting that I just saw this because I just saw this thing that like Pitbull was saying on a meme, and it was like him saying how when kids are walking and learning how to walk, they fall down a lot, right? Like when a child is just learning to walk, they fall down every 5 seconds. And then everyone's like, get back up, like don't cry, like you can do it, get back up. And that's exactly the energy that you need to have for yourself right now, Taurus. So, you know, you might make a mistake, right? Like let's say you go to Arizona and you get inspired with a lot of energy, and then you get back home and you're like, what am I supposed to do with this energy, right? I don't know, whatever your ideas are. You take the calligraphy course and you have no idea what you're supposed to be doing with it. The energy will come to you, but you have to keep trying. Do you know what I'm saying? Let's just say you start, you know, there's this other guy that I listened to on YouTube, and he was saying how he started a gym and he did everything that he needed to do, but people weren't coming in, and it was a constant, you know, I have to keep working at it, and he was making mistakes along the way, but that's how he learned, right? How to do something better. And that's exactly what you have to do now, Taurus. So don't be afraid of making mistakes. Don't be afraid of not really having a plan. Just keep going with what feels right to you. And I feel like with the Ace of Swords here, what feels right to you is what's right. It doesn't necessarily have to make a lot of logical sense, but it has to be something that feels right. And again, create that sanctuary, that home. They keep saying about the full moon. They even want you to create like some sort of altar for yourself. I feel like they want a mirror of you and like flowers all around it, just so you can celebrate yourself and how far you've come. So that's what's letting me know, Taurus, that you've really come a long way, that you have gotten to a certain level with inner peace and healing, and that now it's time to kind of take all those ideas and all that energy and put it not into like this healing and inner peace, but into something for yourself that you can create for yourself. So Taurus, I really love, and yeah, with the moon, I didn't even say anything about the moon, but there's no need for confusion, right? Like if something doesn't work out the right way, right? If something doesn't work out the right way, right? It doesn't necessarily work out the way you wanted it to work out. A mistake, again, is just, a baby falls down and you like get back up. You're just learning to kind of walk right now. So you have to like give yourself that love, right? That's like, okay, get back up, you can do this. So don't forget that, Taurus. I feel like that's very important because, again, you don't want to block yourself, right? You're going to make a lot of mistakes. That's what I'm getting. Like, you're going to make maybe a lot of mistakes. I'm not going to put a number to it, but you're going to make a lot of mistakes, and that's okay because you're going to keep, again, it's like a baby walking. How many times do you fall to learn how to walk? I don't know, hundreds, right? So don't be afraid to make these mistakes. Take that leap and go towards what you're passionate about and just see where it leads you. I love you, Taurus. I hope this helps, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hi Gemini, welcome to my channel. My name is Kem. Today we're going to be looking at the energy for March and seeing what's coming for you in March. So right away, the middle of your read, you have balanced your energy. What's interesting is that Aries got this as well. So I feel, and then we have this fire sign here, this King of Wands. So I honestly feel this has a romantic vibe to it. It just is what it is. You guys are there is someone I feel like returning to your life or traveling towards you. This could be someone you know or someone you don't know, but there is someone on their way towards you, Gemini, in the month of March. Now with balance your energy, I think that it could honestly be in Aries because we have this King of Wands, and King of Wands is Aries, Leo, Sag. And in Aries' read, it did have to do with them balancing the energy within them. And what I'm getting with you, Gemini, is that someone is coming to balance the energy within you. So I don't think it's more of an external thing. Like literally with the Chariot, someone is literally coming towards you. That's what I'm getting. Someone is coming towards you. And we have a lot of cards of travel, to be honest. We have homeward traveler, completion, reunion, return. Exactly. Like someone is definitely coming towards you, Gemini. And with freedom, I think that it's someone who wants to work with you, someone who wants to have some sort of like, you know, like they want to be a part of your life. And honestly, fulfillment, this fulfillment card speaks about how this is an omen for like fruit to be born from this relationship, meaning like children, to be honest. And another thing I'm getting is that this fruit, what's the name of this fruit? I'm sorry. The peach tree is something that is something, it's a fruit that is very early in the spring. Like it is, I can't even speak. I'm having a really hard time speaking, Gemini. So I feel like this could be the person approaching you, like is having a really hard time or has had a very hard time speaking to you. Like that's what I'm getting. Like this person has had such a hard time speaking to you. I keep getting tongue-tied, and I think they're tongue-tied. Like they don't necessarily know what to do with this. I think this is happening early in the spring. Spring starts March 20th. So again, this could be an April energy, but I feel like it could be, you know, the beginning of March. And again, this is March's read, but this is the energy coming towards you. And I feel like they really want to, like, look at this. We have stock, which is focus and wisdom. Someone has learned a lot. And if you can see that there is the eye in this hand, and then there's tarot cards here, I feel like someone has really, I think you might have had an intuitive feeling that this person would always return. And what I'm getting with this Gemini is that they're the ones that are coming to return something that that you lost, right? Where you have been on this journey for a long time, trying to figure out, you know, what happened here possibly and what was the mistake. Because I see here with the Ten of Swords that something really like tragic happened between the two of you, and this person really betrayed you and hurt you. And I feel that they want to come in and make an apology. And with the Freedom card, I think you're free to do whatever you want to do, Gemini. Like you're free to do whatever you want to do. I think you had to free yourself from this person, honestly, after this happened between the two of you, this Ten of Swords. And I think that, you know, you might not have anything nice to say to this person, or maybe you have, you know, grown to a point where you can forgive them, but you can't necessarily forget what happened, or you have forgotten, but like that's what I'm getting with this Gemini. You have forgotten it. You're sitting with the Sun and the Empress energy. I feel like this is you. And whether you're an Emperor or an Empress, you're sitting in happy energy, right? You're okay with what happened. You were betrayed, and someone did betray your trust, or they did hurt you in a way where it really took you a long time to feel good again, right? And that's why I keep saying that they're coming to bring the balance to you, because even though you're sitting in the Sun, and even though you're a very abundant person and you did all this work on yourself and you feel good about yourself and where you've come and like how far you've come from this energy of betrayal, I don't think this person can sleep at night. Like I don't think this person feels okay with what happened. There's something on their mind, right? Like this energy is still on their mind. You have moved past this energy, but they have not, right? And they want to invest in you now. And I don't know why it's now. I'm not, you know, the person that pulls I don't pull any type of shot here. You know, I'm just reading the energy. But this person feels badly. They want to put some sort of energy in you. With this 8, this could be a soulmate with the yin and the yang, right? The 8, the infinity symbol. Again, I feel like with wisdom and freedom, maybe you always felt like this could come back around, but you had the wisdom to know when to respect yourself and when to leave a situation, or when to kind of like know that something wasn't meant for you at this time. And if it was meant for you, it will come back around. And that's what I'm getting with this infinity symbol. Like you knew maybe it'd come back around, maybe it wouldn't, but it wasn't your call. And that's what I'm getting with this. So balance your energy. This is someone traveling towards you. Homeward traveler. Yeah, like someone is going to travel towards you, Gemini, and I feel like they are still in that betrayal energy of like what they did to you. They feel badly about how they treated you, and you've been trying to figure out, like you've been trying to find the light throughout this dark journey, right? Because I feel like they left you in a place of darkness and you found the light and you did all that work for yourself. And I'm not going to be low vibe and be like, oh, well, now Gemini's doing so good, this person wants to come in. I don't think that's the energy here. I think this is a person who really feels poorly for what they did. And honestly, maybe they have freed themselves to be with you. I don't know. I feel like the freedom card could be for both of you. The fulfillment card could be for both of you. I just feel like an 8 energy where everything is interwoven into a divine timing, where everything is, when it's meant to happen, is meant to happen. And like literally with the Chariot, this person is coming towards you. They're not confused. They're not confused. They might have had a lot of options at the time when you guys met. And they did, like, that could have been why there was betrayal. Too many options. Someone wasn't sure. But now this person's very sure. And I'm honestly getting with fulfillment and the Empress. Be careful if you don't want to have a baby, because even here with the Sun, there's a child here. So I feel like there could be someone who gets pregnant, to be really honest. Just be careful. Like, if you're, again, a child is a blessing. But again, if you're not trying to get pregnant right now, then I would protect yourself, because I feel like there's such a fruitful energy here, especially with fulfillment. And this peach, right? Like, the peach is the first one to bloom in the spring. It's the first fruit to come out. It's very early. It's that first one. So I'm getting, if you don't want your first child to be born, I feel like this would be your first kid, then yeah, I would just be a little bit careful with that, because I feel like there is an energy here, especially with stock, that if this person you guys could have a child if, you weren't careful. So that's what I'm getting, Gemini. I feel like the balance is getting restored back to you. Even though you've done that work for yourself, someone is coming to apologize. Someone is coming to make that right. Someone is coming to balance the energy between you and them. They want to fix this relationship with you. And with wisdom, you had the knowledge to know, like, you had the wisdom to know when things weren't right for you, and you pulled away from this energy. And you made yourself free, and you're looking for your own fulfillment. But there is a divine thing here where this person is meant to kind of reciprocate something to you that maybe you gave to them and they never returned it, right? So it's like they're returning it back to you now. And I don't think you even want it now. You don't think you need it now. Again, you're sitting in such abundant energy. You don't need it. But there's a divine thing, like there's a divine timing behind this, where this is something that they're meant to give you. They're supposed to return something to you. And with the Chariot, like, they're definitely coming in, right? And with the 7, I feel like it's like a call to come and fix this relationship with you. So Gemini, this is gonna be a crazy March for you. I love you guys. I really hope that this resonates and helps you guys. I love you, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hi Cancer, welcome to my channel. My name is Ken. Today, Cancer, we're going to be looking at the energies of March for you guys. So the first thing I'm getting with this read is that it's very similar to Gemini. So if you have Gemini in your chart, Gemini also had the homeward traveler. So let's get into it. I'm also getting a lot of Taurus energy. So if you have a Taurus, if you're dealing with a Taurus or you have Taurus in your chart, this could be for you. Again, I'm getting a lot of Taurus and Gemini energy. So right away, what I'm getting with this read is that someone wants to approach you, but you're not going to be very happy, or you're not going to trust this person, because I feel like you had, heartbreak, and, you've been through with this person. There could have been a third party here, or like this person could have been dating someone else or chosen someone else over you. So you're obviously not, I feel like you're a little salty, Gemini. Oh my God, I called you Gemini, Cancer. You're a little salty about this person. That's what I'm getting. I'm sorry I said Gemini. I know we're doing Cancer's read, but yeah, it's so similar to Gemini. I'm telling you. Anyway, this person probably has a lot of Gemini in their chart, Gemini or Taurus. Anyway, Cancer, you're salty about what happened in the past. I feel like this person honestly might have chosen someone else to be honest. Someone like different. Someone, maybe they put someone above you, right? Or they were like, you know what, I'm gonna go see what this person can offer me and not you, Cancer. And Cancer, you felt very, like you felt some sort of way about that. Like you really didn't like that. Obviously, who's gonna like that energy? And with Homeward Traveler, I feel like you want to travel. Like you're looking for something. You're looking for what's going to make you feel at home. You're looking for that person that's not going to do this shit to you, right? And that person that's not going to, you know, put you at a place where you feel like you're an option and you don't want to feel like that. And like, who the hell wants to feel like that? You're 100% right, Cancer. But I feel like with being bullheaded and protection, right? I feel like this person might approach you to apologize, or they might approach you for some sort of reason, right? Or there might be someone that comes up in your life that reminds you of this person, and you're gonna have a hard time. That's what I'm getting with March, Cancer. You're gonna feel like you need to protect yourself, and honestly, I feel like with diligence and protection, you've been protecting yourself for a long time. So in March, I feel like you're gonna be you're not going to be someone that's easy to get to, right? You're not going to be, you see how like the onion has a lot of layers? You're going to be hard to get to. And that's not because, I don't think you're being bullheaded. I think that you're protecting yourself. But I also think you're tired of protecting yourself. You're tired of having to protect yourself. It's like, you know, when you start texting someone and then, you know, you have to play games with them. Like, I hate that shit. I honestly don't understand it. I'm terrible at it. Like, I literally don't get that. Like, I'm like that type of person that just does not get it. Like, I speak very directly in text. I don't even like to text. I like to talk on the phone, which most people do not. So when someone's texting me and it's like going around in a circle, either I don't get it, or it's like a game being played, I don't get it. And I feel like maybe that's what's going on with you, Cancer. Just like, I'm over this shit. Like, I don't want to play any games. I'm tired of having to protect myself. I'm tired of all these like relationships that don't end up anywhere, because people have so many options. Sorry, that was my shoe. Yeah, you're just tired of like not having that, you know, that authenticity from someone, where it's like someone who's just being direct. Do you know what I'm saying? Someone who's just being honest. Someone just who wants to, you know, have a relationship with you that's actually based on, you know, with a solid foundation, not something that's just like flimsy. And that's what I get here. I think someone is approaching you. I see the wheel here, right? I think you turn the wheel yourself by expecting more from people and wanting more respect from people, and also from protecting your energy. But at the same time, you're very diligent in protecting yourself. But at the same time, I think there's an energy where there is someone that's going to be approaching you. It could be someone from the past. I'm sorry if that's not what you want to hear. Who they experienced some sort of heartbreak and are coming back. Or it could be a new person who has learned from a lot of heartbreak and has had similar issues, the same as you, where they're searching for home, they're searching for something more, and they might see that potential in you. But again, I see you very, very guarded, Cancer, as you should be, because, you know, love is, it's hard, right? And meeting people is hard, and everything nowadays is like not direct, and I understand this energy so much, so don't worry about it. But I want to say that I think the person approaching you, I think that the way that they're approaching you might make you feel that they're this person from the past, or they might make you feel that you have to protect yourself and keep protecting yourself. But what I'm getting with this person is actually, with potential and success, that this person is actually going to work very hard with the key to try to break down those barriers that you have set up, or this past person has put like into you, and it's ingrained in you, or like all these people that I've like you've been talking to just like don't lead to anything. Again, I feel like it was very important for you to put those boundaries up. That was something that you needed to learn, because Cancer, you are such a loving sign. You're so giving, and all you want is for people to see that within you. So I feel like that has led you into a lot of traps with these people, and that's why I think I was like ranting about people not being direct in text and like playing games and shit, and you had to deal a lot with that. So that's why you're very diligent in protecting yourself, and that's why you have all these layers of like these barriers of protection, because you're not, again, you weren't chosen maybe in the past. And people played a lot of games with you, and they weren't, you know, direct with you. And I think that you're just looking for that now. And I get, Cancer, that with the wheel right in the middle of your read and the Three of Cups, that March is going to be the beginning for you in seeing a change, right? A change in the energies approaching you because of all the shit that you did in the past to protect yourself. I see with Ace of Wands that I think the person approaching you, again, they might put your sensors up, you know, like I felt like antennas go up. You know, I don't even think those antennas are being used. I don't even think antennas are for protection, are they? They're for like sensing shit. So I feel like your antennas are up. Like you're sensing that this person is giving you this vibe, right? And you're just like about to throw them away. But what I'm getting, Cancer, is that this person and you, if you give this relationship a chance and you don't let, again, now it's a test to you, right? Are you gonna let the person approaching you fill you with fear and you're just gonna cut this person off type vibe, or are you gonna give them a chance? I feel like you're supposed to give this person a chance. I do think that they come in a little bit, to be honest, like, oh, let's party, right? Like, I don't think they come to you in a way that's like, oh, like, Cancer, I love you, I want to marry you. Like, it's not gonna be that energy. It's gonna be the energy of, I want to get to know you, but I think they're gonna be very sincere, right? And I think, again, they're not this player energy, but they're also not someone who is 100% sure of you, right? Like they might not know you, or this person, it might just be a new person, to be honest, with potential and success. I'm getting that now. Again, it could be for someone from the past, but I honestly feel like I think it could be new with this Ace of Wands. And with this Ace of Wands, I feel like, and the wheel, but you turned the wheel yourself. You turned it yourself, and now you're seeing people approaching you, and this person that's going to approach you in March, Cancer, you're supposed to give them a chance. Again, they might not be as serious as you want them to be, because I think they want to get to know you. And honestly, I'm getting a mirroring here. Like they might honestly be the same way you are, where it's like, I'm not going to give someone all of me right away. Like, why would I do that? So I feel like, Cancer, you have to understand that I think this person has also been through heartbreak. And I think they just kind of want to like take it easy. Like I think it's not take it easy like, you know, non-committal words. It's take it easy like, let's get to know each other. Let's go back to like the beginning, right? Where people just had fun and talked to each other and got to know one another. And, you know, if we are compatible, then we'll see what happens. And I feel like this actually might be like everything for you guys with Homeward Traveler, completion, reunion, return. This person is probably a soulmate, and I think they've also been through this long journey of shit, to be honest, of like having to protect themselves, being very diligent and forming all these boundaries. And I think this person is like akin to you, like honestly, like a family member of yours, like not a family like that, but a soulmate family, right? Like you know this person and you've met them before. And both of you, I feel like, are in this energy when you meet each other, to be honest. Now I'm getting like a mirroring, like you're both kind of like, I don't know, so let's take it slow. But with potential and success, I feel like this relationship coming in for you is very, very, it's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth taking the chance. And I am also getting with the peppermint that this speaks about someone listening to two sides of a story. And that's what I'm kind of getting with this. It's like, listen, like this person I think has also been through what you've been through. Like it's a two-sided thing. They've also been through a lot of shit. So they're just not going to be that person that's like, yeah, let's settle down tomorrow. And you know what I mean? Like they want to get to know you as much as you want to get to know them. They're as untrustworthy of you as you are of them. They're very similar to you. So I think this is going to be a very passionate new beginning, but you have to let this person in. Same to them, like they have to let you in. And I think that's going to be hard for the two of you. But I do see like this really positive energy for you guys, Cancer. So I do see you guys meeting someone in March. Again, energy is, what is time? But I mean, I would say they're saying March, you know? Here with the Three of Cups and the Ace of Wands. So Cancer, I think this could be a really beautiful new beginning filled with a lot of passion if the two of you guys would give each other a chance and not let the past energy of heartbreak and protection and diligence and all the shit from the past block the energy that's coming in. And I feel like it is a soulmate coming in, and I just feel like a really beautiful energy if you're able to let your guard down. So, and I was getting a lot of Taurus and Gemini in this read. So Cancer, I love you guys. I hope that this helps you. I love you, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hi Leo, welcome to my channel. My name is Ken. Today, Leo, I'm going to be looking into March and the energies that are coming your way or that you're about to step into. When I'm getting Leo, I'm getting a very heavy energy. I'm getting a very trying energy, right? And I think there's a lot of messages here for you guys, so just bear with me. I haven't, it's a heavy, there's a lot here, Leo. I'm gonna do my best to communicate everything that I'm getting. So right in the middle of this read is the Seeker's Journey. I feel like a lot of you guys have been feeling a little lost lately, and you've been feeling like you're searching for something, but you haven't found it yet. Right? So I feel like a lot of you guys are on a quest to finding something. And I feel like you might be looking for it in the external world, but I feel like it's something that you have to find within you. Right? So let's just say you're like unhappy in your day-to-day and you're not necessarily happy with where life's taking you, and you kind of expect more. But then parts of you are like, why do I expect more if I have everything I need? Do you have everything you need? And that leads me to this question of the other side of you, Leo. The other side of you. And that's why I feel like you're getting duality. Duality speaks about the shadow side and the light side, right? And I think that parts of you, Leo, always want to negate those shadow sides and always want to say to that other side of you, I don't need you, like you're not anything good, like the dark is bad, right? I feel like you're automatically just saying like the dark is bad, the dark is bad. And what I'm getting with this, Leo, is that obviously that's wrong, right? Any part of yourself is a part of you that you're supposed to love, right? You're supposed to love all of yourself completely, fully. It doesn't matter the light or the dark. You're supposed to love that side of yourself. And what I'm getting with you, Leo, is that you don't understand that other side of yourself. Like you don't understand that side of yourself yet. And I feel like some of you guys are in the journey of the dark night of the soul. Some of you guys are headed in that direction, and some of you guys are getting out of it. So again, everyone has their own time frame, but this is really, Leo, about loving yourself and accepting yourself for all that you are. I feel like you think that having this dark side of you or this like shadow side of you means that you're imperfect. And it's like, God didn't make me perfect, because if they made me perfect, then I wouldn't want those things and I would be happy with the life that I have. No, that's not it at all. Leo, this is about you needing to understand that there are parts of you that want things, like the light side of you wants one thing and the dark side of you might want another. What do you have to do? What does that mean? You have to integrate them, right? You have to integrate those sides. So what does that mean? Like, if your dark side is very balanced and loved and your light side is very balanced and loved, they will work together to create like symbiosis. I think that's the word, right? Creating this perfect balance within you, so that what you want, the light side wants and the dark side wants, is the same thing. Do you get me? And what I'm getting with this, Leo, is like, I feel like some of you have been feeling depressed. Some of you guys have been feeling very sad. Some of you guys have been feeling like you don't understand this other side of yourself, and then you get mad at yourself because it's like you want things that you don't even know what they are, but you're just like, I want more, right? Like you just want more. And that's okay, Leo. That's okay. And I feel like some of you guys like are hating yourself for wanting more. And it's like, why would you? That other side of yourself is calling for you to do something. And you just have to start listening to that side of yourself and not saying, oh, that's the bad part of me, or that's the sad part of me, or that's the part of me that doesn't, that, like, I feel like a lot of self-hatred and a lot of like self-loathing for wanting more than what you have. And what I'm getting with this, Leo, is like, you deserve all that and more. Right? Instead of telling yourself like why, like hating that part of yourself, it's more of like loving it, right? So that's for a lot of you guys, especially if you're going through the dark night of the soul. You have to leave those ideas behind. The part of you that, I think this is a part of you that's like untapped into. So you don't know that part of yourself well, and that's the part that you should be getting to know, right? That shadow side, that shadow work. We talk about shadow work a lot. Especially like on YouTube, but you can look up videos on shadow work. It's actually something that you're supposed to do, because again, it's integration of both sides of you. You have to have like the light and the dark wanting the same things right? The dark is supposed to be helping the light, and the light is supposed to be helping the dark. It shouldn't be like, oh, I only look at one side of myself and I neglect the other side. That's why you're feeling empty, and that's why you're feeling like lost and confused and like you don't know what's going on. For a lot of you, others of you, you've been like looking for something, but again, you're looking for something, but you don't understand that part of yourself. So the journey is getting to know yourself better and getting to know that part of yourself that you don't really like for some reason. I don't know why. Again, the dark is always seen as like that. I'm thinking of like an angel and a demon on someone's shoulders, but it's not a demon or an angel. It's just two sides of you. You know what I mean? It's just two sides of you. And that's what's called shadow work. So if you guys like don't know what that is, like look it up, like start researching into shadow work and integrating your light and your dark, because that's what this is really about. Again, it's not about, for others of you, I feel like you want something so badly, and you're just, all you do is put effort and time into whatever it is that you want. And what you don't get is like that life is about the present. It's not about the future. So there's something you want and you want it really badly, and all you're thinking about is that future, and you're not enjoying your present right now. You're not seeing how far you've come, and it's honestly not, I mean, what good is it to want more and more and more if you're not even acknowledging how much you have right now? Do you get what I'm saying? So that's another message for some of you. I know these are heavy energies for you guys in March, Leo, but I just feel like it's stuff that needs to be said to you. I feel like some of you don't even know what shadow work is, so you have to like get to know that part of yourself. And now I feel like for others of you who have been doing the shadow work, I feel like you're about to get out of that. I feel like you're, like, again, everyone's at a different point. If you don't even know what shadow work is, then I'm speaking to some of you. And then some of you who are already done with the shadow work, you're done with the integration. Now, I feel like you're able to take those risks, and you're able to have some sort of productivity from the fact that you've done all this work, right? Like, you're going to start seeing the gifts of all the work you've done, right? Like the outcomes, right? But again, it's never about the outcome. It's about the journey. It's about the present moment, right? Again, I feel like a lot of you guys are seeking something, but you don't know what it is. And what I'm getting with this is that the shadow side of you, or the darker side, or whatever you want to call it, that side of you is going to lead you somewhere where you're meant to be. So it's like, let's just say you have a job in, I don't know, like you're someone who plants, like you're like someone who works in the fields, right? Like you're someone who like, I don't know the word in English, like you farm. And you're someone who, you're like against, I don't know much about farming. I should have chosen something else. I don't know, like there's this other side of you that wants to like be the one that creates the meals from the food that you make. Like you're like not happy with the fact that like you create these amazing, you grow these amazing crops, but no one really gives you any credit, because like you're, someone who wants someone to like taste your food and see, like, you want to be the one that gives the person that satisfaction when they eat the food, right? Not the person that's like in the field laboring to like just produce the food. Like you feel like you're not, like, again, that's like your shadow stuff. Like, I'm not getting enough from my, like, I feel like that's like the duality of like being a farmer, let's just say. I'm just making some shit up, but yeah, I'm trying to like relay a message to you. And the message is that there needs to be a balance, right? Like, let's just say you're not happy with point A and you want to be at point B, right? Like, I'd rather be the one cooking the food, and I'd rather be the one that's like giving people that satisfaction than be the one like in the fields laboring, right? What's wrong with that? Like, I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. I feel like that's just going to extend you somewhere else. What if you had a farm with a restaurant on it, right? And what if you like, I feel like there's this other part of you that wants something else, and you don't know how to cultivate that side of you because you feel like you should be happy with what you have. And what I'm getting with this is like, you should go and take that risk. You should take the risk into that new adventure and that new journey, because what I'm getting with that is what's going to actually feed you, right? With the duality, that's going to feed both sides of the light and the dark. They're going to be happy together. Oh, you're farming and you're the one that's giving, like creating the food or the menu, or you made a restaurant and you're going to get to see people eat your food, and you're going to be so excited because like people are going to know that it came from this farm and you put all this love and care into it. And now you're having like a chef, prepare the food, right? Like, you want to be a part of both. What's wrong with that? I feel like you want two things and you don't see how they can be coming together. And I feel like that's a lie. And that's something that you should really focus on how to integrate those two aspects of yourself to getting exactly what you want and what you need. And there's nothing wrong with that. I feel a lot of, with wonders, that's the wonder here, right? Like, you don't understand how you can have both, and you can, right? And parts of you have first again, you have to learn to love the shadow of yourself. The shadow of you is going to lead you to something very big. That's what I'm getting. Like, this shadow self that you don't understand yet, some of you have already done the work and some of you have not. I feel like I'm talking to more people who haven't done the work yet. But again, if you've already done the work, then you're already here at taking the risk, right? You're already here buying the restaurant or getting a chef to prepare the food. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you're there. And what I'm getting is that this is going to be very, like, with productivity, this is going to be something that gives you and your family everything that you've been waiting for your entire life. Like, you're going to get the compensation that you want and the feeling inside that you did what you wanted to do. So let's just say, like, it's everything. Like, everything has, like, two sides, right? Like, there's a job that you're probably doing right now that you want to do more, or you want to branch out into something new, and you don't necessarily know how to do that, but that's where your passion is for. And you feel selfish maybe because you're like, I don't necessarily think that I could do that, because I feel like, I don't know how to integrate the two. I feel like if you can integrate within what you want and figure out what it is that you want and what your soul needs, then you can have that on the 3D, right? Like, someone who's a farmer is like, I want someone to have the satisfaction of knowing that I made that food. Like, what's that mean to me, right? And then, like, my idea was, like, again, having a farm and, like, having a restaurant on the farm. Again, that's just me making shit up, but, like, that's what the idea here. The idea here is, like, integrating two things and making them one, right? So that's what I'm getting. The shadow work is really important. Understanding the other side of yourself is really important. And with the secret of Camelot, the authority of spirit, I think that you're confused because you don't understand the other side of yourself. But what I'm getting is that, like, you need both sides to get to this door. Right? To get to, like, that place that you're trying to get to, you need both sides. And why you feel like God or spirit is, like, giving you a challenge at this time, because you're like, I don't want to feel this way. But what I'm getting, Leo, is like, this is going to be the best thing you ever did for yourself. Like, they want you to go this way. They're not telling you, like, don't go this way. You're being selfish. You should be happy with what you have. They're telling you, no, go that extra mile. Like, do that work, or like, figure yourself out more. Because once you figure yourself out, you're going to get to where we want you to go. Like, they want this for you. It's not a trick, or it's not like, oh, the devil and the angel on my shoulders. It's both sides of you that need to feel good. And you can't feel good if only one side of you is being fed, right? So it's looking at the dark and actually loving the dark and embracing the dark, because they're the ones that are going to take you on this journey. That risk that you need to take is when you get to know the other side and what the other side of you needs. And you're not selfish for wanting this, Leo. You're not a bad person. I don't know where all this shit comes from. You have to really look at why you feel that way, because you're a good person. You're someone who deserves the best. And there's nothing wrong with wanting a little bit more. There is not. And that's what I'm getting. With wonders, you're going to have everything you want in this life if you learn to integrate the shadow with the light. So, and what I'm getting, another thing I'm getting is, like, your soul is actually so pure. That's why you question yourself all the time. You question yourself because you're actually such a pure soul, and you think that, like, wanting more would be something that's, like, so selfish. And actually what I'm getting with this is, like, you're the only one that could really carry this responsibility, because you're such an unselfish person. You're not selfish at all. You're so pure. Like, they want to give you this gift. It's like, if they could choose between 10 people, they'd want to give it to you, because you're the only one that they feel like can handle that responsibility of not tainting it or making it something bad or corrupt. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like, if you wanted to hold, I don't know, if you wanted to own a shop in a community, if, like, everyone could own the shop, they'd want you to have that responsibility, because they know that you're going to give back to the community. They know that you're not just going to take everything from that profit and, like, throw it into something stupid, like, oh, I want a Beamer and now I want, Rolex and I want all this shit. Like, they know that you're gonna do something good with this money that they give you. So I feel like this has a lot to do with, like, something that you want to do, but you just feel like, again, you have enough, or you should feel like you have enough, and people are gonna think you're selfish. No, Leo, this is exactly what you should be doing, because this is what's gonna make you feel complete and also help so many other people. Like, I feel like this has a lot to do with money, to be honest, with the productivity. Like, you're gonna create something that's gonna last, like, generation after generation. Like, you're gonna take care of your family and more. So get out of this. Once you get out, this is like all dark night of the soul shit. That's what I'm feeling down here. but it's all in order to get you to where you're supposed to be, right? So don't let those energies make you feel down. They're actually trying to hint you in a direction that's really good for your life. So Leo, I hope this made sense. This was a lot. I was getting so much, and I just hope that like I spoke the way that I hope it made freaking sense. That's literally all I hope. Hope you got something from this freaking message. I love you guys so much. I hope this helps, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hi Virgo, welcome to my channel. My name is Kim. Today, Virgo, we're going to be looking at March. So Virgo, right away, the energy in the middle of your read is your path alone. Now, Virgo, I don't know if you really want to hear, that March, you're going to be alone. Like, I feel like that's not what you wanted to hear. But Virgo, I feel like there's some sort of discovery that you're yet to make, or like you're about to make on yourself, or there's something that you like have to accept about yourself. And there's something interesting about this bee. This is like a blue banded bee, and what's interesting about this bee is that they do a lot of things by themselves. And again, they can be in a community at some points, but there's some work that it does on its own that it can only do alone. And I'm getting with this Virgo is that maybe March for you is meant to be a little bit solitary, because there's something that you're supposed to tap into about yourself. There's an energy within you that you've been fighting. And what's crazy about this Virgo is that we have every single four out here. We have the Four of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, we have the Four of Swords, and the Four of Cups, and then we have this Five. So what I'm getting with this, you have literally every four here. They're trying to communicate something to you. And what I think they're trying to communicate to you is that I think you've always known you're an old soul. I think you've always known that you're meant to be doing something bigger than what you feel like you're doing right now. Like you're never, like there's something that you feel about yourself that you haven't even tapped into yet. And you're right. There's a power within you that you haven't even realized. And there's something that you're supposed to be doing that I don't feel like most people are going to be doing. So I feel like you're not supposed to have a career in something very typical. You're supposed to be having a career in something that is maybe a little bit different, but it's because you're very different. You're not like everyone else. You're an old soul, a very, very, very old soul. And your contribution to this earth is supposed to bring you success, but only if you can tap into that part of yourself that you've been looking for. So there's something within you that you just like feel is different than everybody else, but you don't know necessarily what it is. And you're supposed to be learning about that right now. So that's why I feel like March is a little bit of you being alone. It is a little bit of time for you to maybe, again, it's like to tap into that shit. Like you have to tap into it, because that's going to help you with your success. You have the success card here twice. So for some of you who already know what that gift is, you're going to have so much success in March from this, right? From what you've tapped into. For others of you who don't necessarily know what that is, you know you're an old soul and you know you're different, but you don't know what it is. Like you're just trying to figure that shit out. They're telling you that everything is within you. Like all those rituals, there's something that you used to do in your old life. That's what I'm getting with the relics of Lemuria, fragments, memory, reclaiming. Lemuria was this old civilization, and they did things so differently from the way we did it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can research it. Or, I mean, the first movie that comes to mind that can help you maybe relate to this is, you know that Atlantis movie where they find that hidden world? I think it's Atlantis. And everyone uses crystals and they use it for power. Like, they don't use it, you know, everything they do is different, right? Because they have this ancient way of doing things. And I feel like that's a part of you, Virgo, that you need to tap into. That is here. And they're telling you that if you're able to tap into that, you're gonna be able to make a very big impression on this earth, on this 3D. Because we're not, I mean, I'm saying you're not a part of this 3D. Like, you're not supposed to feel like you're a part of it. And maybe that's why you've been feeling always in your life like you're alone. Like, you do things differently. No one's gonna understand you. You're right. Like, most people will not understand you, and that is a little bit of a burden, and I feel like you understand that. But if you can tap into the power that this energy gives you of like your ancient self and the energy that you know like is within you, then, and you start doing the things that you love doing and that feel natural to you and that don't make any sense here in the 3D. It's like, honestly, when I was a kid, I used to love making like potions. I don't know why I'm saying this, because I've never told anyone this in my entire life. I literally have never even told my sister this. I used to do potions in my bathroom all the time. Like, I used to just like clog the sink up and just start like adding shit, like if I was cooking or like stewing something. But I have no idea why I used to do that. And I still don't, I mean, I feel like I don't even know what that means still. Like, to this day, I mean, I try to figure it out. But there's just something, I used to do it every single day. Like, after school, I just go to the bathroom and make some shit up and stir it with my hand and think that was like the coolest thing ever. And I have no idea why I used to do this. Maybe this is like a common thing that kids do. I don't know. Another thing I used to do as a kid was pick the flowers from my mom's garden, and what the hell would I do with them? I used to have these glitter pens, and I would draw onto the flower. I would do a lot of things with flowers. I don't remember why. I just used to do that. It was something I did every day after school. I loved working with flowers. Another thing I used to do, I used to collect rocks and stones and crystals. I didn't even know, like, there's so many things from my past that I don't know why I used to do. And now I think about my childhood, I'm like, yo, I used to do some crazy shit, like, I don't get it. But I think that's what you're supposed to be doing too right now, Virgo. You're supposed to be looking into those aspects of yourself. You don't really understand them, but they mean something. They mean something deeper. You have like this imprint of your old past life where you were, you know, prospering, and they want you to prosper on the 3D, but it's harder here, obviously, because everyone here does everything the opposite way that I feel like it should be done. And they're telling you that you're gonna thrive on the 3D. You're gonna thrive and have success if you learn what that is and, you know, tap into that. And what I'm getting with rituals, like, that's why I feel like I was telling you that story about me, like, as a kid, putting shit in the sink for no reason, stirring it and like concocting things, because I feel like there's just something within you that remembers from the past, like something from your past life that you used to do, and as a kid you started doing it again, and maybe people are like, what the fuck are you doing, right? Like, my mom was like, can you stop doing that? You're killing the flowers, right? Can you stop doing things in the bathroom? Like, you're literally wasting whatever was in like the bathroom sink, you know, you're just wasting everything. Like, stop doing that. And like, of course I learned to not do it, because like, what was the point of me doing it on the 3D? Didn't make any sense. But I feel like that's the ritual. That's something that you remember and that you didn't forget until like someone told you to stop doing it. You know what I mean? And I feel like you will have a lot of success in this life, Virgo, if you can learn to tap into that energy. So what I'm getting now is that you're supposed to be remembering. And if you feel like you're alone a lot of the time, yes, you are alone in the sense that a lot of people won't understand you, but you have your spirit family and you have a lot of guides that are trying to get you to remember. Like, that this is literally just like a month of remembering, because you're gonna have, for those of you who have already been trying to remember and you're like been on a journey and you're trying to start something new, I feel like there will be success for you. Like, everyone's at a different point, right? Like, some of you are just starting to remember. Some of you guys have already made that memory and now you're just trying to have success in the 3D, and they're saying you will thrive in the 3D, right? Like, you will actually thrive in the 3D if you can put those memories into like actual practical use on the 3D, right? So let's say in like this town, I don't know why I said this down. In Lemuria, you were like a healer. Maybe you can learn to heal people in a different way, but just not, you know, maybe you're not going to be a doctor, a typical doctor, but maybe you're going to do something that is going to heal others, right? And all I'm getting with this Virgo is like these cards on the bottom is with the 444, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. What I'm getting with this is that I think the fours are just, they're trying to communicate to you something. And there's going to be a big shift in your life where you felt like no one would accept what you were and no one could see you for what you really were, to maybe you not needing people to accept you for what you are. That's what I'm getting. Like, you don't need people's acceptance. You're going to do you and love what you do, and maybe no one will understand it, and maybe you will be alone for a little bit of the journey. But if you can embrace that energy, then I feel like that's what makes you, again, this is like, you have to tap into this energy and this power yourself. And I feel like it's alone. And until you do, I feel like you'll always be in this conflict, because you can't just fit into a normal job. I'm sorry. Like, I just don't get that for you guys. You're not going to be like a normal person who has a 9-to-5, who, you know, I don't know. Like, I just don't see that for you. I'm sorry. Like, I don't. You're supposed to be doing something else. And you're supposed to be tapping into that at this time, and it will be successful. I feel like you're just worried about money. Again, that's a 3D constraint that, again, where you used to live, or wherever it was in the past, like, they didn't have that. So I feel like you're trying to learn how to do both, be in 3D and be your old self, and it's just very hard for you. So I understand that, but I feel like you haven't truly tapped into your power. Like, you have not yet. And once you do, the conflict will go away, but the conflict will always remain, because you're not like anybody else. You're not supposed to be doing the normal things that normal people do. You're not gonna have that 9-to-5. I'm sorry. Like, I just don't see that. I really don't. There's like rituals within you that you're supposed to be like exuding in this 3D. You're supposed to be teaching people a new way of doing things. And that's what I'm getting, Virgo, for you guys. So in March, I feel like it's like a major tapping into those energies, learning why you're different, what makes you so, and that's what makes you special and powerful, and then trying to apply that into something practical so that you can be thriving in this 3D and not feel like, you know, this crazy person that's just like running around with, you know, like again, I feel like you care a lot about the perception of others, and I feel like that's something that has to go away. And honestly, a lot of things, Virgo, that haven't worked out in your life with this 4 of Wands in reverse and this 4 of Coins, I feel like it hasn't worked out because, again, maybe you were just not really embracing who it was that you were, or you didn't understand yourself, and they were protecting you from things that like weren't right for you. To be honest, like relationships and jobs and like shit that you thought were right for you were not. And it's like, you won't reach success until you honestly realize like who it is that you are, and that you're not meant to be doing something mundane. And that's what I'm getting. Virgo, I love you guys so much. March is a very big month for you guys. Don't feel bad about being alone for a little bit, because you still have to tap into this, because this is going to lead to like your future, basically. Virgo, I love you. Wait, the last thing I'm getting is that you need to grow this tougher skin, because you're a very sensitive soul, and anytime someone tells you that your idea is like kind of weird or like not right, you get into this panic mode where it's like, oh shit, like I'm crazy. You're not crazy, and whatever is being resistant towards you, like, I think it's a good idea. Like, there's somebody here that's like, I don't know if I have a good idea. You do. It's just like you have to form it into a way where you have a tougher skin, where like a lot of people might tell you that this is like a dumb thing, or this is crazy, or like this is like, they've never heard of it. That's why. So I'm saying they've never heard of it, but you might be onto something very new and different, and I think it's important, and you have to keep going. So yeah, Virgo, I love you guys. I hope this helps, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hi Libra, welcome to my channel. My name is Kem. Today, Libra, we're going to be looking at the month of March. So Libra, I feel a really exciting energy for you guys. I feel like March is going to be a time when you're stepping into this queen energy. You can be a masculine as well, but the queen energy is both compassionate and strong, right? I like the way they explain it. They say that, you know, in chess, I don't know if you guys know chess, but in chess, the queen can move as many places as she wants in any direction that she wants to, right? And I feel like that's the power that you're going to be stepping into in March. Again, in chess, it's like very important to know the pieces to understand that, you know, how powerful the queen is in the game of chess. But if you don't know chess, it's just basically the queen has, out of everyone on the chessboard, the queen is the most powerful. Like, she has the best moves, I guess I can say. So yeah, I see you stepping into this really big energy, Libra, for the month of March. And I feel like it's because you're stepping away from anybody or anyone that does not suit you at this time, right? You're not like feeling bad. You know what I mean? And I think it all stems from loving yourself. We have a lot of sixes here. We have 3, 6, 3, 2 threes make a 6. Then we have the 15 making a 6. Then we have 39 can make a 6. So that's what I'm getting with the 6 is the number of love. And I feel like it's self-love. I feel like you're replenishing your own cup of love this month of March. And if that's not what you're doing, that should be your focus in March, right? Like finding things that make you feel happy, things that make you feel alive again, that make you, you know, I like to go to the movies. Like, I'm just saying this as an example. I mean, I do like going to the movies, but let's just say you like going to the movies, then go to the movies. Let's just say you like Domino's Pizza. You're going to go get Domino's Pizza. Like, whatever it is that you like, you're going to go do. And even if it's alone, Libra, I don't think you really care, to be honest. I don't think you really care. You're tired of people trying to kind of hold you down and hold you back. That's what I'm getting with this read. Like, you're not confused. Right? Like, you're not confused. I feel like there's a lot of people that are confused around you, but you're not confused in any way. And you're tired of that energy being kind of cast onto you, where someone else's confusions and misconceptions are being a part of your life. Like, you're not confused. That's what I'm getting. Like, you're just not confused in any way. You want to celebrate. You want to have a good time. With the adventure and the freedom card, I see you really wanting to move out of a stagnancy, right? With the waterfall, I keep thinking of the waterfall as the waterfall doesn't stop moving. It moves, you know, it just keeps going and going and going. And I think that's what would make you really happy at this time. With the healing temple also having a lot of waterfalls in it, I feel like if you could visit a waterfall, that would be really special for you guys, Libra, because there's something about being in nature and being near something that's flowing that's going to help you with your energy. I think it's going to help increase your vitality for some reason. Just being in nature, but specifically waterfalls for some reason. I'm just getting waterfalls. And there is a lot of water in your reading. Down here you have, you know, the 6 of Swords where they're crossing water, and then we have the 2 of Swords where there's water in the background. So I think water could be really important. And then we have a lot of cup energy. So yeah, I think this is about replenishing your cup, and like being by water can help you with that. I think you have to restore your energy at this time, because I just feel the collaborations that you're moving away from is what has really been keeping you down. Like, there's actually people around you that have been holding you back. I don't think it's you necessarily. I think it's people around you. I feel like it's the collaborations, like the people that you have made friends with, or the people that you were in a relationship with, whoever it is, they're the ones that, like, it's their energy that's been holding you back. And now in the month of March, I feel like it's a time to step away from that. And I feel like that's what stepping into the real queen energy is. It's like, it doesn't matter how much love you have for the people of, like, let's just say you have a group of friends and they, you know, you guys are kind of, you guys have like different point of views, and it's like, no, I want to go this way, and like, no, I want to go to that party, and like, no, I want to go to this party. And it's like, well, I'm going to go to the party I want to go to. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to hold back on what I want to do because like you guys want to do it. So I feel like is a deviation or stepping away from like friends, to be honest. I get that a lot with this read. But I think it's actually important because I feel like that's what helps you step into this queen energy. So I think that the month of March, Libra, for you is very important because it's a stepping stone into you healing and restoring your own cup. That's what I'm getting with this. And how do you do that? By doing whatever it is that you want to do, whatever it is that makes you happy, going on these adventures, being free. There's a lot about birds here too, and it's a lot of, there's like groups of birds in both of these cards. So again, I feel like you might be breaking connections and making new connections. I'm getting that too, like leaving old connections behind and forming new ones. Because again, I feel like a lot of people that you're around don't necessarily, it's like you're not vibing with those people anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, how do I explain it? I don't know, I just see a difference in opinion, right? And instead of the difference in opinion splintering you and making you feel indecisive and not knowing which one to choose, I feel like you're just gonna choose yourself and choose what it is that you want. And I see you kind of traveling with a new like pack, basically, like people who resonate more with your energy and your vibe. And I feel like this heals you in some sort of way, right? Like, because we have this waterfall energy, and I think the waterfall, again, it shows a flowing of energy. So I think you're gonna, by moving away from certain people, that brings the vitality and the restoration back into your life, right? Like hanging out with different people or just doing something different. Like, let's just say you just want to do something different. You're like tired of doing the same shit. I'm getting that, Libra. Like, this is the month where if you're tired of hanging out with those people or doing the same shit over and over again, it's time to like do something different. And I feel like that's where the adventure really begins, right? Like it's you don't necessarily know who these people are, but it's exciting to be around new people. Same thing with like a group of friends, like, you know, or a lover or whatever it is. It's like everything here is new, and everything here is just based on your happiness and what you want to do and where your life, where you want your life to be headed. And that is the true queen energy, right? Because a queen, again, can move in any direction, as far and as freely as she wants to. And that's why I feel this month of March for you, Libra, is meant for you to be replenishing your own cup, healing your own cup. And when we say healing, I feel like a lot of people get that, you know, that vibe where it's like, oh, I'm gonna have to be in bed and sit there, right? Like, and be bored to death. No, this is about, I feel like, adventures and freedom, right? And that is what's going to restore. That's what's going to heal you, right? The freedom to do whatever it is that you want to do, whatever it is that makes you happy. Again, I feel like someone who just like likes to go to the movies, someone like simple shit, like you like to go for walks in the park, and weird shit too. Like, I'm getting like, I don't know, like anything weird or quirky that you do that you just think is like, again, you're gonna meet people that like to do the same exact things. You know what I'm saying? And you're not gonna feel weird about it because there's gonna be people around you at all times. So I don't feel like this is a lonely energy at all. I don't think this is a healing where, you know, you're gonna be alone for a long time. I think this is all about you, Libra, and doing exactly what it is you want to do and finding those like new, I mean, I would say soulmates or, you know, soul group that wants to do exactly the same things that you're doing. Yeah, and I feel like with longevity, this month is important because it's important for you at this time. If you don't, let's just say like you weren't to do this and you weren't to go on these adventures and you weren't to have this freedom and you weren't to move from like you weren't to move away from like a certain group, then I feel like that would be splintering at you within. Like, you would be hurting yourself in that process because you'd be stuck feeling kind of like the schism within that you can't. Again, it's like betraying yourself, right? When you're trying to go in one direction and everyone's pushing you in a different one. So I feel like the longevity card here is speaking about how this is going to have a lasting effect on your life. Like the decisions you make in March towards yourself, the love that you're expressing towards yourself, the friends that you start to move towards, the adventures that you want to have. Like, if you keep moving in that direction, these friends are like here to stay. Do you know what I'm saying? And again, the cup, your cup, if you fill up your own cup, that's the most important thing, right? Like, that is what's going to lead to that longevity where you're not, again, what's worse than having your own, when your own cup is not filled up? Do you know what I'm saying? That leaves your soul, and I feel, again, like this splintering energy and this fragmentation, which I don't think if you filled your own cup, you would have. So I definitely see long-lasting relationships with the people that you're moving towards. The energy of healing, restoration, and just making like really boss moves for yourself. And I don't feel you being alone in this healing process and this journey at all. I feel like you're going to be meeting a lot of new people in March that resonate more with who it is that you are and who it is that you're becoming. So Libra, I love you guys. I hope that this helps, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hi Scorpio, welcome to my channel. My name is Kim. Today we're going to be looking at the energy for the month of March. So Scorpio, the middle of your read is the cause and effect card. What I'm getting with your read for the energy of this month is that you have to be careful. You have to be careful with the decisions you make this month, because for every action there is a reaction. And I don't think you necessarily know what those reactions will be. And I feel like you are premeditating, like you feel like you know them. You feel like you understand the cause and effect, like action and reaction. You think like what you have in your mind that you understand that. But I don't think it's, how do I explain it? You can never really know what the reaction will be. Like you can never really know unless you're doing like an experiment where it's been replicated a million times and you have specific instructions and you know if you add, I don't know, what is it, like baking soda to vinegar or some shit, like it's gonna explode, or I forget like the reaction to do the volcano, but do you get what I'm saying? Like that's something that we've tested and we know what the effect will be. But in your life, how could you ever really test shit out until you do it, right? Like that's literally the only way. And I think right now the energy, Scorpio, for your month of March is to be patient, because any rash movement at this point will have an effect. And I don't think you understand fully what the effects will be. And I think that it's kind of like this idea of it's better to be safe than to be sorry. That's what I'm getting. And I feel like with courage, I don't think that courage might actually just be inaction or like not doing something. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I don't think you're supposed to, with this courage card, I kind of get it more as with the patience. Like the courage to be patient and to wait, right? Because I think, again, with the tree of illumination, this speaks about having there is no answer yet, or the answer is there, but it's very, very deep down. Same thing with the cause and effect. Like the effect is very, very unknown. So they're kind of letting you know that's like, why is it? I don't know if it's worth the chance. Whatever it is that you want to do in March, I don't know if it's worth the chance. So yeah, what I'm getting with this Scorpio for the month of March is that there's something that you don't know the answer to. And I think like you think that if you make this action or if you do something, you already know what the consequence will be. But what I'm getting really strongly, Scorpio, is that we never really know the effect of an action. And for some reason, I think the Ace of Pentacles for you is something that you see as a new opportunity and you kind of want to go in that direction. But what I'm getting with this, and I never really get this with reads, like don't do something, but what I'm getting with this is that even though you sense a lot of stability from this ace, the ace is, it's a new opportunity, right? It's something stable. But what I'm getting with this ace for you guys is that the only way that you could really have this ace, right, and like be successful and protected is to protect the ace, to protect the new opportunity. And I feel like, what does that mean? I feel like that means go slow. For whoever this is, I don't know if this is in love. I feel like it could be in love. And I also feel like it could be in career. You don't necessarily know there's a move that you really want to make, and I don't think you should make it. I think you should wait. Like that's what I'm getting, because they're trying to protect you. Because I do see, like, if you do take this new opportunity or go in that direction or do whatever it is that you feel like you really want to do, there is going to be some sort of consequence, because we have the Tower out here. And I see that you think, like, again, that it is like the best thing for you, because you have the 10 of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles. So you see this as something very sturdy. But right after this comes this Tower and the Chariot in reverse and the two of Swords in reverse. So what I'm getting with this is that it's not going to be what you think it is. Whatever you're taking, like whatever steps you're taking that you see, like this is the ace. I think the ace is not exactly what you think it is. Like, again, when you see the ace or you see this new opportunity, you're going to want to grab it right away. And I think that the energy is actually to just like stare at the ace, stare at the new opportunity. It's like an example is if you have this opportunity for a new job, you think the new job is going to be like much better than your last job. You think it's going to be like the ultimate job. And what I'm getting with this is like, they're presenting to you this shiny bow, right? They put a bow on it, but it's not better than the last. It's not exactly what it seems to be. And you're not going to figure that out until you rush into it, and then, you know, you're kind of screwed. And that's what I'm getting with this for a lot of you. You sense that this is very stable for you. You sense that this is like the ultimate thing, whatever's coming up in March. And what I'm getting, Scorpio, is that it might not be, to be honest. It might not be. This opportunity or this thing that you like really feel passionate about. With the Courage card, I feel like courage and patience, I think that's what they want you to have. Courage and patience to see something new and not to exactly just go running to it, because you don't know what's going to happen when you run to it. It's like, it honestly feels like a false, I don't know how to explain this energy. It's so weird. It's like, I don't know. It feels like a reaction, right? To seeing this shiny coin. You go pick up the coin and then it's like a trap. You know what I mean? It kind of reminds, I'm getting reminded of the Goonies. You know, in the Goonies when, you know, they see something really cool, they pull it or they like press it and then it's like a trap and then some crazy shit starts to happen. That's literally what I'm getting with this read. Like, you pulled the penny and you saw something and it was so cool and then you pulled on it or you touched it, and then like that's what the Tower moment is for you. I feel like you just like, you start a trap, and then from there it snowballs and you can't really get out of what you got yourself into in the first place. So if you see that coin or you see that like penny, like in the Goonies, if you haven't seen the Goonies, I'm sorry if you don't get this, but it's like a booby trap basically. Like they want you to press it, they want you to click on it, and then you click on it and then you just fall into shit. So what I'm getting with this is like, it's better to just look at it and just take your time with it, because it is not what it seems to be. And with protection and success, I think that you will have success if you protect yourself and like don't rush into anything. With patience and courage, I feel like the courage is to just hold back. You know what I mean? And with the Tree of Illumination, it's truth, revelations, understanding. Again, I think it's you're very confident in yourself, and you just feel like you can withstand any effect that happens from whatever action you do. And what I'm getting with this is like, again, with this Tower, I just want you to have, I want you to avoid the Tower basically. I just don't feel like you should have to go through this Tower. I feel like a lot of you might go through the Tower, because again, there's something that just seems like, again, I'm just getting the Goonies. There's something that like they want you to press, they want you to go touch it. You go touch it and it's like literally a booby trap. That's all I'm getting from this read. So again, with the cause and effect, whatever rash decision you're making, whether it be like quitting a job, leaving a relationship, starting a new relationship, like I just feel like March is the energy to sit and wait and have patience, because this patience card talks a lot about fog. And what is fog? It doesn't allow you to see, right? Like a plane, I don't think planes can fly through a fog, right? Like they have to get up past the fog or past the rain, right, to see clearly. And right now I feel like the month of March will be foggy for you. So that to me means like, don't make any rash decisions, don't do anything impulsively, because if you do, I just feel like you're very secure and you're very sure of something, and with the Tower coming right after it, it's like you're never gonna understand the effect that this is gonna have. Like you just don't see it. And they want you to be successful and they want you to be protected, and that's why there's a warning here. So I'm sorry, Scorpio, that this is so like spooky. I get this like weird vibe, but with the Tree of Illumination, trees are the oldest and the wisest, right, in the world. Trees like have lived hundreds of years on this earth, and with the Tree of Illumination coming up, it's like there's things that they see that we don't understand yet. And that's kind of what I'm getting. It's like they can foresee something that we can't. So I feel like that's what the warning is here. I honestly just feel like this is a warning, you know, that in the month of March, this fog will go away eventually. But for right now, there's like nothing you can really see. And usually when you make some sort of action, you know what the reaction is, and you have no idea what this reaction will be. So my advice to you guys would be to not do it, whatever this is. Because what I'm getting with the last two cards, the Two of Swords in reverse, yeah, it will show everyone the stance. Like you're making a stance by doing this action. And what I feel like with the Chariot in reverse is that people are going to see you differently for whatever this was that you did. So that's what I'm saying. It's like the Chariot in reverse, I get this energy of the way that people see you won't be the way you necessarily want to be seen, but it's going to be based off this action. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like the pentacle is exactly like the sun in this card with patience, and it's like you see it, but they're telling you not to necessarily fly towards it, to kind of just look at it for a second, because again, I'm thinking of the Goonies. I keep repeating myself, so I'm gonna stop. But yeah, just don't make any rash moves, Scorpio, because I just don't think that the fallout is worth the fallout is not worth whatever it was that you went towards. It's not worth it. Like, that's what I'm getting. So Scorpio, I hope that this helps you guys. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hi Sag, welcome to my channel. My name is Cam. Today, Sag, we're going to be looking at the month of March for you. So what I'm getting, Sag, is that I'm getting a lot of love, to be honest. Super, super love vibes here. Sorry if that's not what you wanted to hear, but I'm getting a new way of doing things, and in that way, it has to start with love, and it has to be with love, and that's literally all I'm getting with this. So what I'm getting is that the way, again, maybe this is someone you're connected to, but I'm trying to do these reads where it's like Sagittarius this energy. So I feel like I'm speaking to a Sag who has to do things differently. And with this Four of Pentacles and the Sun in reverse, I can see a lot of unhappiness here in doing things the way that you've always been doing them. And I feel like that is what needs to change. And I feel they're calling you guys to really open yourself up to love. I think you struggle with that part of yourselves, and I think that's what they really want you to do in this month of March. Open yourself up, guys. So in the middle of your read, you have Grow Together. And I feel like this card is like a tutorial on how to love. So I feel like some of you guys don't know necessarily what it means to really be a lover, or be someone who, knows how to show affection, knows how to, be vulnerable. And with Grow Together, it speaks about two people who, you share your sadnesses, you share your joys, you share everything with one another. Like, that's the point of this relationship that I feel like you're going to embark in. For some of you guys, I feel like this might mean a higher level of commitment with agreement. I feel like agreement and the strawberries, this could be, and the number 6, a higher level of commitment for some of you. Maybe even like a marriage proposal, or just a higher level of commitment. So, if you're not dating, you're going to start dating. And if you're dating, then you might end up getting, married, because I just feel like that's what this energy is, Sag. Someone has to do something differently, right? So it's like it's bringing an ending to the old way of doing things with the Death card, and a new way. And it's bringing an ending to a lot of unhappiness in your life. I just feel like you can tell me that you've been very happy, but what the cards say is that you have not been. With the Sun in reverse, this is someone who's very unhappy. And I think you can lie to yourself a lot and say that there are things that make you happy, but I just don't feel like someone's actually deeply fulfilled. What does it mean to actually be happy, right? That doesn't mean like 2 seconds of happiness in a week. That means like trying to make every day full of joy, and trying to make every day full of love. And I think I personally feel like the only way to true happiness is through love. So you can love what you're doing, be passionate about what you're doing. You could, I think they're really pulling you towards a relationship, Sag. And with patience, I don't know if this is the patience that you've had to have with someone, because they're they don't show you a lot of affection, or this is the patience that the divine has had for you, or like someone has had for you. And I feel like someone here who withholds affection, you know, someone here who has a lot of trouble displaying how they feel, has a lot of trouble meeting someone halfway and being, you know, reciprocal in energy and in love. And with Grow Together, again, I feel like this was a tutorial. When I was reading the card, I was like, oh my God, they're like, you know, what does it mean to be in a room with someone and spending time with them? It doesn't mean like you go do your own thing and that person does their thing and that's you guys spending time together. That means like having time with one another, talking about how you feel, talking about how your day was, you know, asking them how they feel, asking them how their day was. I don't know why, but I feel like some of you just need to hear this, especially with this card coming out. The fact that like, what is it? I feel like I should read it. I feel like some of you just like don't get it. Hold on. Yeah, it says that love is an action. Like love is a verb. It's not, you know, just saying I love you and then not doing anything, right? Like I love you and love is a verb. It's an action. They say make memories together, explore together, laugh together, play together, focus on each other and your experiences that you have together, be emotionally present, share your thoughts and feelings. Don't assume that they know how you feel or what you want. You have to share your dreams. You have to share how you feel. You have to share what you want. For any relationship to thrive, both parties need to be clear about what they need. So I'm reading just a little bit of it, but I feel like some of you just needed to hear that. Like, what does that mean to grow together, to love together? It means sharing everything with one another, you know, being very open with a person. And I feel like some of you guys are very much willing to take that leap. And that's what I see a lot of you guys doing. A lot of you guys are going to take that leap of faith. And what I'm getting with this is that it's going to bring you inner peace. So I feel like a lot of people might be telling you, no, like don't, like I feel like there is some people that are saying like, don't go do that. You know, like that's not what's in your best interest. And I feel like you're just hesitant right now because you have to decide if this is what you really want. And with agreement, I feel like a lot of you guys are going to receive a lot of inner peace if you decide to work on this relationship with someone, because I feel like someone does bring you a lot of happiness, and someone, maybe you've just been very unhappy without this person. You know what I mean? I feel like for some of you, maybe there's someone that you know that you want to be with and like you've had a lot of patience and you've been like withholding your affection from them and you're tired of that. And that's where this changes. You're waiting to like start some sort of communication with them, but I feel like you're withholding because you're scared. So for for others of you, if this isn't like necessarily a higher level of commitment, I feel like you're a little bit afraid to communicate with someone because I feel like you really want to grow with them and you want to be with them, but you don't know how they're going to react. You don't know how they're going to react to your offer. And with the 3 to the 6, I feel like that is a doubling of energy. And I feel like that's a good sign, to be honest, in this reading. I do have communication in reverse. Like you have to, I think right now in March, you're weighing your options because you just don't know what to do. And I feel like there's a lot of people that might be telling you that this might not be the best move for you. But what I'm getting with this is that this is what you want, you know, and this is what you want. And I think you have to be firm on what it is that you want. I think you're like waiting for a sign or some shit to come, and that's not what's going to happen. Or you're waiting for something to exit your life so that you can communicate. Like some of you guys are waiting for something to come out of your life so that you can, like you want to go in the best sense of the word, as honest and as true as you can be. And with that, maybe you have to drop a little bit of habits, or you have to drop something that you do that you know this person's not going to be like okay with. So, you know, maybe you're talking to a couple of people and you're just like, you know, I know that if I want to bring this person a real offer of love, that I'm going to have to stop talking to them. It's like all these other people do what I'm saying. Or, you know, maybe once I start being in a relationship with this person, I'm not going to be able to, I don't know, I heard friends with benefits. There's like, again, there's things that maybe you have to cut out of your life before you communicate with this person. And I think that's exactly what some of these Sagittarius people are doing. These Sagittarius people, sorry. I feel like that's what some of these Sagittarius are doing because, I think a lot of you guys have realized that you miss a person. So this could be a reconciliation vibe. I definitely get like this whole reading, the higher level of commitment, trying to be in a relationship with someone, expressing how you feel. And I feel like for some of you, it's not the right time. They're warning you, like you have to get, if you have friends with benefits and you are talking to like 20 people, that's something that I feel like they want you to cut off with these 2 cards before you communicate. Right. But yeah. I love the main card here, 20, healing the earth, love, humility, respect. I feel like there's this like ecstasy feeling that you get with this person, and that's how you know that this is the person for you, because you feel like the sun hasn't been in your life, but when this person's around, I feel like you feel that happiness. You feel like that ecstasy feeling, and you don't really get that from a lot of things. And I feel like a lot of you guys might be compensating and, you know, doing shit like maybe drugs, maybe, I mean, I don't know what you're doing, but you're trying to feel that with something else or somebody else. And I'm getting the vibe that like this is the only person that can really do that for you. And instead of fighting it, I think it's just time to accept that fact and then go approach this person. So Sag, and it's interesting, at the bottom of this deck we have the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, the High Priestess, the World's in reverse, and the Hierophant. So yeah, I just see you guys with a higher level of commitment. You could be dealing with a earth sign or a fire sign. Earth signs are Taurus or Capricorn. Fire signs are Aries, Leo, Sag. Or maybe you have earth or fire in your chart. I mean, we're obviously talking about fire because we're Sag's read, but yeah, guys, I definitely see someone trying to reach out to another person, having a high level of commitment, making some sort of agreement, even if it's just to see this person, because I feel like you feel bliss with this person. Like you don't feel like this with anybody else but this person. And it is maybe a burden or maybe something that you just didn't want to accept in the past, but with patience I feel like that is kind of going away, that not wanting to accept the reality. And the reality is that you really care about somebody and you want to be with them, and that it's as simple as that. And I feel like some of you are getting your shit together, so maybe March is not exactly the time when you're going to reach out to them, but I feel like this is when you're cutting out all those things that don't belong because you want to make an approach to someone. And that's what I'm getting, Sag. So Sag, I love you guys. I hope that this reading resonates, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Hi Capricorn, welcome to my channel. My name is Kem. Today, Capricorn, I'm going to be doing a reading for the month of March. So what I see for you guys, Capricorn, is, now you can reverse this energy if this is not you. This is very specific for the month of March. But I feel like what's in the middle of your read is an unfair judgment. Now what I'm getting with this is that either you judged someone unfairly or someone judged you unfairly. So that is mainly what this reading is about. I feel like someone wants to make an apology. I feel like this is Capricorn. I'm going to be speaking from the perspective of Capricorn, that you were the one that made the unfair judgment and you were the one that wants to make the apology. But again, if you want to reverse the energy, reverse it if it doesn't fit. But yeah, that's what I'm getting for the month of March. I feel like Capricorn, you made an unfair judgment of someone and you want to apologize to them for that judgment which you placed upon them. And I feel like why is this coming up? Because with the illumination card, I feel like that could be a higher level of consciousness that you've kind of awoken within yourself. I also feel this could be an awakening of some sort, but I feel like with the tree of illumination and illumination coming out, this is truth, revelations, understanding. I think you're beginning to understand where you were unfair and where you might have been cruel and where you might have been, you know, someone who, you know, you didn't act the way that you wish you would have acted in a situation, and you feel badly for it. And what I'm getting with this reading, Capricorn, is that this person or whoever it was that you hurt was tied very closely to your heart. Because I have the heart here, and I also have the Six of Cups, which like is significant of a soulmate. So I feel like the person that you hurt was not just a random person. It was actually someone very important in your life, and I feel like you feel very badly about it and you want to apologize to them for what you did. And I feel like it's honestly a double-edged sword kind of vibe, where it's like you want to apologize because of how you feel, but it's like you want to bring closure to them, but at the same time you want to help yourself. So I don't think this is selfish. I think it's actually very smart, because with regeneration and purification, I think this is something you need to understand, Capricorn, and it's the fact that it doesn't necessarily matter if this person forgives you or not. I think that this is going to bring closure to a cycle that ended a long time ago that you're still feeling the burden of, right? I think you might have walked away from someone, or you might have, again, there's an unfair judgment in the middle of the street. There's something that you did that you feel like warrants, it warranted maybe, someone walking away from you. And I think that you want to apologize. Again, you can reverse this energy, but I feel like Capricorn, with illumination coming out twice and purification and regeneration, I feel like you might want to work. I don't think you necessarily want to work on this relationship. I think it's more of a closure thing, but I think for some of you guys, your highest hope is that there could be a regeneration, or like this person might be able to take you back, right? Like that's in your highest hopes. But I feel like what you're being guided to do at this time is not really to even hope for that. It's just to go and do what it is that you feel like you need to do. And what you need to do, I feel like, is apologize, or explain yourself, or explain the situation, or get this person to some sort of understanding of like where you were coming from at that point, because I just feel like you feel really badly for it. You feel really badly for what happened between you and this person. So yeah, Capricorn, I feel like the best case scenario, again, what your highest hopes are is that you can maybe solve this issue with this person, and maybe they'd even take you back. But I think that you have to be open to the idea, or be okay with the fact that if someone does not accept your apology, or they accept your apology but they don't really want anything to do with you, that's another outcome that I feel like you're okay with. And I feel like, why is this so important with 6 and 6 at the very end of this read? I think it's important, and another 6. I think you have a lot of love for this person, and you didn't treat this person with the amount of love that you felt for them. So we all know when we don't do something that's necessarily in our character, but we're acting out of fear, or we're acting out of some low vibe, that we're not acting in our integrity, and we feel like shit afterwards. And I feel like that's exactly, I think you're done with that energy. So whether this person wants to be with you or not, that's not necessarily your concern, Capricorn. I think you just really want to make this apology, because again, I think it's going to bring some sort of purification to you. It's going to make you feel like, okay, you know what, at least I apologized and I said what I needed to say, because I can't live with this guilt. I feel guilt. I can't live with this guilt anymore. You've been illuminated to the fact, with the illumination card twice, you've been illuminated to the fact that, I think it took you a while to get here, to be honest. I feel like with illumination, it has a lot to do with consciousness, and I feel like it took you a long time to get out of those low vibes, where I feel like at one point you thought you were right, and now you're seeing you might have been wrong. So I think, again, with your highest hope is that this person would take you back, or this person would want to work with you at some point in the future, if they could ever forgive you. But I feel like another part of this desire is to get this guilt off your conscience, or to just feel better. And I think you'll feel better if you're able to just ask for some sort of forgiveness and explain what happened here. And, this has been a heavy burden for you. You've been thinking about this for a really long time, and you haven't done anything about it for some reason. And maybe you just have been very scared, of what this person would say. I don't feel like you treated this person well at all. I'm sorry. I'm just getting that, Capricorn. Whoever this was, they were not treated fairly in any type of way. Again, unfair judgment. It's unfair. It's not just, right? And now that you've been illuminated to that fact, you feel very guilty, and you want that purification. You want to feel better. So that's what I see in March for you guys. Again, this is very specific. I do see that this is a soulmate. With the victory, I feel like you're going to be victorious no matter what, because I feel like just connecting with a soulmate is always a good thing. Not always, again. You know what? Let me take that back. Sometimes I feel like there's a distance that we need to place between us and our soulmates, or, depending on the situation. But I feel like with the victory card coming out here, I think that the reason they're giving you this is to inspire some sort of confidence within you, to understand that no matter what happens, you did the right thing, right? Apologizing is the right thing. Whether the outcome is exactly what you want it to be, it doesn't really matter. You're gonna feel better for apologizing. You're gonna feel better for putting yourself out there and explaining your case in some sort of way. And it does bring some sort of purification to you. It does help you. I feel a burden on your soul, like a heavy energy on you. I mean, this person is like crying blood, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like a heaviness here that, you know, you don't want to feel anymore. And with this Tree of Illumination, I think you've been looking for an answer for a really long time and like how to fix this. And you've been like devising like, you know, maybe I could just send them this, or, you know, you've been planning on what you're going to say. And I think the only thing that you could really come up with at this point is just like, you know, I'm sorry. You know, like the best thing sometimes to say is just the simplest thing. So that's what I'm getting with this reading, Capricorn. It's very specific. For others of you, I feel like this is a very small, I mean, I feel like the reading is mainly about an apology, but if that's not resonating with you, the only other thing I'm getting with this read is that you're going to be walking away from a situation that you feel does not suit you in your life anymore, because you've been illuminated to the fact that this does not resonate with you, or these people don't resonate with you, or the circumstances that you've placed yourself in and right now don't go with what you desire. So you're going to be walking away from a situation, and what I'm getting with that is that you're going to be walking in the right direction, because as soon as you put this burden down and walk away from these people or the situation, you're going to be headed towards a soulmate and towards happiness. And I feel like that's what's going to bring a regeneration, or like some sort of, you know, happiness back into your life, some love back into your life. It's you walking away from whatever it is that this is, you know, this Tower, this 8 of Cups, and this 10 of Wands, a heavy burden. And I feel like you've been wanting to inch your way out of a situation for a really long time, and you haven't really known how to. And I feel like they're trying to show you with desires that, you know, you already had the answer within with illumination. You've already taken enough time to understand like if this is for you or if it's not. And I feel like a lot of you have come to the conclusion that it's not for you. So I feel like a lot of people might be moving towards their happiness, moving towards the sun, moving towards something that's better for them in their life. And that's what I'm getting with this Capricorn. I was getting mostly an apology, but again, either way, someone is moving away. If it's not that, then someone is moving away towards something better. And you've already known this for a really long time. You've already known like you have to move towards what you desire. And this is not a situation that you feel happy or content in anymore. And I feel like some of you might be stringing someone along, right, in this unhappiness, and that's not fair to that person. So I feel like you're gonna just break it to them that you're not happy and you want to leave. So yeah, Capricorn, it's a heavy energy for March for you guys. But either way, I feel like good energy. Whether it's the apology or it's walking away from a situation, I feel like purification and regeneration of your soul. Something like very happy at the end of this. So even though March might be a little bit heavy, the energy after all this is happiness and, you know, victory. So yeah, Capricorn, I love you guys. I hope that this reading resonates, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Hi Aquarius, welcome to my channel. My name is Cam. Today Aquarius, we're going to be looking at the energy for the month of March. So right away what I'm getting is that your spirit guides, that your guardians, that your angels are going to be very close to you in the month of March. They're going to be very much present, and they want you to feel their presence. They want you to know that they're there. They don't want you to feel alone at any point of time. Even though I think that some of your time in March should be spent alone. Because what I'm seeing here, Aquarius, is that you're carrying something from the past, and it's like ingrained in you with this memory card that you have to like let go of. That's what I'm getting. You have to let go of this. And the only way to let go of it is to take a look at it. And I think it's been very hard for you to take a look at whatever it is that you have to whatever it is that's blocking you. I'm getting with this 5, with the kindred spirits 5, that there is something that I'm getting something in your, with the inner child, love your inner child at the center of your read, and kindred spirits. There's something that might have happened to you as a child, or, you know, it's something that affected you, you know, as a child. And I think you're carrying that with you today, right? And what I'm getting with this is that you have to take a look at it, because I think it's causing, it's like, you know, when they say like you get a loaf of bread and it has a piece of mold in it, they say like the entire loaf is technically contaminated, even though it's like 1 or 2 loaves, and most people, you know, just take the 2 loaves off. I'm getting the same thing like with cheese, right? Like when you get a piece of cheese and there's mold in it, right? They say to throw the whole thing out because the actual whole piece of cheese is contaminated. But most people just cut off that piece and keep eating the cheese, right? And what I'm getting with this is like there's something within you that I think you just want to like cut off, you know, that part that's like messed up, you know, it's like, oh, well, that part of me is just broken. And I feel like it could be that inner child, right? And you're just like, you know what, who needs the inner child, right? Who needs to have, you know, I don't need that part. I have so many other parts of me that I don't necessarily need this part of me. But what I'm getting with this is like, this is integral to who you are, right? Like you can't just cut off a piece of, it's like, you know, that saying where it's like, if your hand is going to be the sinner, like cut the hand off, you know, if your foot is going to make you do something bad, then cut your foot off. You can't do that in this scenario, Aquarius. So I'm getting a heavy vibe for you guys in the month of March. But what I'm getting, Aquarius, is it doesn't have to be as heavy as you think it is. I think it could be something that's actually very peaceful and something that when you can enjoy, right? Not enjoy necessarily, but spending time with nature, spending time alone, spending time with, you know, those spirit guides and those angels, I think is going to bring you a lot of healing energy. And we don't have the healing energy here. But what I'm getting with this is, Aquarius, that you spent a lot of your life not necessarily feeling successful, because I feel that there has been this like, I feel like an Eeyore energy, like a dark cloud over your head, but you just don't know what it is. Again, there's something that you're meant to be healing. And every time you try to manifest, I feel like it doesn't end up working out the way that you want it to work out. Because again, there's some part of you that's like integral to yourself. It's integral to your entire body that needs to be healed or needs to be looked at, and you can't just keep putting the Band-Aid on it or, you know, cutting that piece off. Like, it doesn't work like that. You know what I mean? You have to take a look at it. And what I'm getting, Aquarius, is that this is going to be so good for you in your life. I know this is a 5, and a 5 is a conflict. It's a challenge. Here we have a 5 again. But what I'm getting with this, Aquarius, is that this is going to bring this sense of fertility back into your life. Like, what is fertility? Someone says something is fertile. Hold on, I have to like look up the word now. It's bothering me that I actually don't really know. It's interesting because everything that I'm getting with this word fertility has to do with like reproduction and sex and like having a baby, but that's not what I'm getting with this word fertility. I think the word fertility in this reading, I think it's supposed to like it's like, I guess, vitality, life force. I'm thinking of like a seed, right? Potential. I don't know, those are the words I'm thinking about when I think of this fertility, like something that, you know, I'm getting that with the magician energy and this watermelon, right? Fertility. I think if you're able to heal whatever it was from your childhood or whatever it is that still burdens you, whatever it is that's ingrained in your memory that you can't seem to forget, if you're able to just take a look at it, right? I think it's going to change the entire course of your life. Because I feel like it's kind of like looking at things a different way, right? Like not looking at a negative, but looking at the positives of the situation. A lot of people don't do that, but it's like things could have been a lot worse, right? Like that's something that I always think about. Like when something bad happens to me, I'm like, well, things could have been worse. And that's what I'm getting with this, with protection and fertility. I think that they're really trying to let you know that you were never alone, and whatever it was that did influence you and shape you in such a way that started, I feel like, when you were a child, they want you to know that that is ingrained in you, yes, with the memory, but that does not necessarily mean that you were not protected, that you were not loved, that your angels and guides were not there. I'm getting the vibe like it could have been a lot worse. And whatever it is in March that you have to kind of like move from, that energy of moving away from it, you will be successful in moving away from it, and it will bring a sense of like, I'm feeling like rainfall. It will like renew. There's like, it will renew a sense, a sort of aspect in your life that's been kind of cold for a long time. So Aquarius, I feel like they're trying to let you know that they were always there to protect you, that if you take a look at this and kind of work on this inner child or whatever it was that was hurt, or whatever it is that you're thinking of when I'm talking about this read that's like ingrained in your mind, it's going to change. It's going to shift your life completely. It's going to do like a complete flip. And it not only brings an end to an old cycle and an old way of being, but it brings back, again, this like fertility into your life with the Page of Pentacles. That's what I'm getting. Like, it brings back this, it's like you're getting something that you got, that was taken away from you, right? And I feel like that could be innocence in some sort of way, right? Like when you're a child and you get hurt, or, you know, something happens to you as a kid, or, you know, your parents are just like a source of stress, and, you know, they cause fear in your life that really is stuck to you. And that's what I'm getting with this, like, that I'm also getting it with this Nine of Swords, like the protection. Like, I feel like you were very protected, even though you might not have known that. I think like your angels and your guides were actually very much protecting you, even though you didn't know that at the time. So yeah, this is like a very harsh like energy, and it's like hard to like really translate what I'm feeling from this. But I'm feeling, Aquarius, that the month of March might not be like the month of partying for you. It might not be like the month of celebrating necessarily, but it is a month of working through something that I feel like you've been needing to look at for a really long time, and that you've been putting a band-aid on. And it's like, once you take a look at this, there's this abundance that's going to blossom within your life, like this seed that gets planted that, you know, it's like maybe you weren't taken care of as best as you could have been as a child, and you weren't protected, like that seedling wasn't protected, but it's like you're going to plant a seed yourself, and you're going to protect it, and that's going to bring you some sort of closure to this cycle. It's going to bring some sort of closure to the cycle, because even though you feel like you weren't protected the way you should have been, I feel like, yes, the spirit guides and all your angels were there. They were making sure that you were not alone. You know what I mean? And even though you couldn't see them, because obviously as a child, like you would have felt alone if you didn't see anybody around, they want you to know that they were always fighting for you, and that they want you to put an end to the cycle, because there's so many brand new beginnings that are possible for you. And I'm getting with this yellow light and the Magician energy that this after March, you're going to be headed into the sun. You're going to be headed into a much lighter energy. And I know that healing and like taking a look at something from the past isn't necessarily the best, you know, and the funnest thing to do. And I'm sorry that this is not like that type of read for you guys, but I just get that this is something that you have to take a look at, Aquarius, because once you take a look at this, it's going to really open you up to this new possibility of what your life could be, and doing things differently. And I think it's even like looking at your spirit guides and your guardian angels differently, because I really feel like they really want you to know that they were there to protect you, that they were there, that you were never alone, and that even though you've struggled from whatever this was, you don't have to have that struggle anymore. Like this is gonna be a change in your life for the better. I feel like some of you are saying like, yeah, I haven't been able to be like a healthy adult and be an adult and adulting, like the verb adulting, right? Like I haven't been that adult because of whatever it was that happened. And I feel like, or whatever it is that plagues you. And I'm getting with this is like, there's an end to that. You know, once you take a look at this and actually understand that you were very protected, and that you can still have everything that you want in this life. And like, this is not just because something happened to you does not necessarily mean that that is like the end for you. Do you know what I'm saying? You don't have to be what this was. You can change like your path at any time. And that's what they're trying to like let you know right now. So I feel like March is actually a really big breakthrough energy for you, Aquarius, because it's not only getting in touch with who's been around you since childhood. There's someone that's been around you since childhood that you don't even know. I don't even think it's one person. I think it's more than one, because we have all these candles around her, and I feel like there's so many of them that were there that you don't even know about. And I feel like maybe it's time to communicate with them and talk to them, to be honest. I would just like ask if you could speak to them, and ask if you can have the energy to speak to those ancestors or guardian angels or whoever it is that's been there, but they have been literally protecting you for such a long time. And I feel like they're more mad than you are about like whatever this is that bothers you, but they just want you to know, whether it was a parent, whatever it was that affected you at such an early age, you were never alone, and that this sense of vitality and fertility in your life is going to blossom once you are able to kind of let this go. So Aquarius, this is a very heavy energy. but I really feel like it was needed to be said. I think Aquarius, you're going to have a lot of success in your life. And if you haven't felt very successful, I think this is like the last leg of that race where, you know, you stop taking, you stop putting the Band-Aid on, you take a look at it, and then you're able to move on. And this is like a big closure or breakthrough energy for you, Aquarius. So I think March is really, really important for you. So Aquarius, I love you guys so much. I hope that this helps, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hi Pisces, welcome to my channel. My name is Kim. Today, Pisces, we're going to be looking at the energies of March and what's in store for you. When I'm getting Pisces with Have Faith and the Angel Gate, right away I'm getting this vibe of, I hate to like take this that way, but the only thing that I can really explain is if you've seen like The Lord of the Rings, the last movie, when Frodo and Bilbo go on the boat, they're going on this boat leaving Earth, right? And I always wondered like why they have to leave. Like why don't they want to go back home? And what I'm getting with this, what they said online and what the explanation is that they've suffered and endured so much with carrying the ring that they have to go heal in a special place. Like they can't just heal in a normal place. They have to heal somewhere very special and somewhere very specific because what they have gone through is so intense that they can't just heal anywhere. You know what I mean? They're not like anyone else. And I keep getting that with you, Pisces. You're not like anyone else. And you might feel that, I feel like you're the type of person, Pisces, that will go on with your day and, you know, do what's kind of expected of you. But at the end, like you remain open no matter what, right? Like you've never changed who you are. And what I'm getting with you, Pisces, is that you've been through so much. You've been through so much on the 3D. Like, I just keep getting someone who's been through a lot of shit. And again, with the Strength card and Vitality, but you've never lost that part. Like, there's a part of you that you've never lost. And I feel like there's some sort of like, they just want me to relay to you that they have seen your suffering. Like, they've seen, you know, what you've been through. And what I'm getting with this is like, the reason that you suffer so much on the 3D is because you don't belong to it. With the Queen of Pentacles in reverse and the Hierophant, it's like you don't belong to this 3D. So that's why for you, it just doesn't ever make sense. Like everything you do doesn't make sense, right? Like the path that you always take doesn't make sense to anyone else. But it doesn't make sense to anyone else because, again, I don't feel like there's a lot of people like you, Pisces. I feel like you're very special. And I feel like it's hard for you to manifest the things that you want on this earth simply for the fact that you're not like anyone else. So you manifest from the heart and you manifest from this very pure space, but I feel like a lot of those manifestations have to do with other people, and that's where the tricky energy comes from, that you are, you know, a person that you don't want to be alone, obviously, and it's really hard to manifest these situations with others because, again, why is it so hard? Because no one is like you, and no one kind of maybe might see the same thing that you see. So I'm getting this energy of the gateway. You got the gate twice. The Angel Gate and the Gateway. And what I feel like this is like the same place that Frodo and Bilbo went. They needed like an intense healing energy, it's this cleansing, protection, blessing. And I feel like they want to kind of take you there. They're telling you for the month of March that the veil between you and the other realm, fairies, angels, everyone is going to be very close to you because they really want you to heal. They know that you're very strong. They know that you're different, and they know, and with this 19, it's a 10, exactly, it's an ending. They want to kind of bring back to you that vitality that I feel like you've been, missing for a while, because the 3D has really just, I feel like the 3D is just not fair to you, Pisces. And, you know, unfortunately, it's tough being you, because again, I just see you as being this Queen of Cups. You know, you're always open, you're always nurturing, you're always helpful. You just always give love when people don't even deserve it. You know what I mean? And the challenge the challenge for you, Pisces, again, is just fitting into a world that you don't necessarily belong to. And I think that will always be your challenge. I feel like you're very sensitive, and I feel like the month of March for you, Pisces, is for you to understand that the realms of like healing and this magical force is trying to get to you, because they want to heal you. It's not that they forgot about you or they didn't know what you've been through and shit. They know everything and they see everything. They just want you to know that, like another 9, yeah. They want you to know that they've seen everything, and they want to have this beginning with you where you can manifest everything that you want. But you have to understand that with patience, I feel like I've waited enough time. You know, I feel like a lot of you just are done. You know, you're so done. Like, you just need to rest, and you don't ever feel like you're gonna have that healing. Like, nothing can really heal you at this point. Like, I feel like you're kind of giving up type vibe. And what I'm getting with this reading is that you're not supposed to. It's just, you know, life is harder for you because, again, people don't understand you and people might take a lot of advantage of you. And I don't think that your intuition is wrong with the Queen of Cups upright. I don't think that your feelings are wrong. I just think that people in the 3D, I don't want to say this, but like, a lot of people just suck. I'm sorry. That's what I'm getting with the Hierophant reverse and the Queen of Pentacles and this 5. Like, a lot of people just they're not going to see what you see. They're not going to feel what you feel, because a lot of people are working from these shadows, the shadows and this fear and these other parts that don't make, you know, like, they just don't understand it. And you need to go through this deep healing in March so that you can come out revitalized. And you have to have patience with the 3D, Pisces, even though I feel like you are very patient and you have waited a long time. I think you have to be patient because you're in the 3D, and I don't know why you chose this life. Like, I always ask myself, like, why the hell did I come here? Like, I don't understand why I came back here. Like, I would love to know why I decided to come back. Like, I just don't get it. I feel like I'm supposed to be doing something. Like, I kind of know why I'm here, but I just don't. I don't know why, like, I decided to come to the 3D. Sometimes I'm telling you, I do the same thing you do. Like, why? Like, why did I bother? But Pisces, they want you to have faith. And do you see how they're holding your hand? They're literally there. This month of March is for you to heal. This month of March, they want you to tell them everything that you feel. Tell them all your grievances. Like, speak to them. They're listening and they're sorry. Like, this is the 3D, but you're not of the 3D. So that's why the 3D is tricky and it's shitty. And again, you don't want to be alone in the 3D, but, you know, with patience here, I feel like good shit is coming, especially with Gateway. Gateway is talking about not only like a gate or a portal for you to heal, but I feel like it's also talking about good shit coming your way, right? But you just have to hold on. And I feel like you're tired and you don't want to anymore. And I feel like a giving up energy, and they don't want you to with Have Faith. I think this might be my favorite card of this deck, the Have Faith card, because do you see whose hand she's holding? It's crazy, right? Like, have faith. And you see, like, her bracelet has a heart on it. Like, don't lose that side of yourself, Pisces, even though I feel like you've lost it in the past and you've like tried to like change who you are to fit into 3D. Don't. Again, you need a healing that's different than anyone else's, because I feel like you've been through shit that no one else has been through. But with the Strength card, again, I just keep getting this vibe that you are so strong. Like, you're like a rock. Like, nothing is going to be able to stop you in this 3D. And again, I don't know why you came here, because I don't even know sometimes why I decided to come back here, but there is something that you're meant to be doing or showing others. Like, there is a knowledge that you do have, or something that, again, there is a reason you're here. There's a reason you chose to come here. I don't know what that is, but you probably do. And I feel like that's what you're supposed to be getting more into touch with, like what you came here to do. You didn't come here to suffer. Do you know what I'm saying? You didn't come here because of karma. You came here for a reason. Like, you chose to come here for a reason. So I feel like the good shit is still on its on its way with this Gateway. It's on its way, especially with patience at the end. Like, it's on its way, but you have to be accepting of who you are and do this healing. They really want you to heal, Pisces. So I feel like that month of March, just accept all that you are. Tell them everything that you're feeling. everything that hurts you, like just let it all out, because good shit is on its way. They're gonna revitalize you with the Fig here, but it's also about maintaining that strength. And I think that, again, I just feel like good shit is coming with patience and gateway. Like, it's like something is coming in the middle, but again, at the end of the day, like, I don't want to keep talking shit about the 3D, but the 3D is not our friend. You know what I mean? It could be at some points, it could be really beautiful, but you know, the people on this 3D are, it's hard. It's like I keep getting, it's hard. So Pisces, I love you guys. Just know that March is going to be a deep healing for you guys. A deep, you know, they're trying to reinvigorate you, but first you have to go through this. And this gateway, right? The angel gate is where you go and you tell them everything and you try to do that healing, because you need that to be ready for what's coming your way. So Pisces, I love you guys. I hope this helps, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.